Hey there, if you run a business, how do you find a bank that has your back? Ask your neighbor, a neighbor like Lauren Nelson, who runs LC Design Concepts, a kitchen and bath cabinet store in North Haverhill. When her business account was compromised by check fraud, she was alarmed.
My main concern was that it was going to get drained. Was I going to get my money back? How is this going to work?
Lauren had worries, but she also had good neighbors at Wells River Savings Bank.
Right after it happened, I went down to the bank and spoke with Erica at Wells River as quickly as I could. Erica was amazing at explaining to me what was going to happen and how things were going to go. If it had to happen, I'm thankful that it happened working with a small town bank like Wells River, because I was able to walk down to the bank, see someone in person every day, talk to Erica. I was made whole right away. So everyone at Wells River Savings has done an amazing job through this whole process.
Wells River Savings Bank. You're a good neighbor bank. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender. Online at wellsriversavings.com.
So where's the big deal?
Holy schmoly, it's Matt LeCuyer from the Autosaver Group, St. Johnsbury Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Right now we're offering up to 20% off on our incredible selection of 2026 Ram 1500 crew cabs. That's right, save thousands on America's most awarded light-duty truck. Whether you're looking for a hard-working tradesman, a loaded bighorn, or a luxurious Laramie, we've got the truck that fits your lifestyle and budget. And don't forget, every new Ram comes backed by the industry's best 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty, but only ours comes with 2 years of free maintenance and lifetime state inspections at no additional cost for added peace of mind. Inventory is moving fast, so don't wait. Visit us today at St. Johnsbury Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, just past the railroad tracks in St. Johnsbury, Vermont, or shop us anytime at stjohnsburycdjr.com.
Savings vary by model and stock number. Up to 20% off MSRP on select in-stock 2026 Ram 1500 models. Tax, title, registration extra. Offer ends 8/3/2026.
St. Johnsbury Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, where Vermont comes to drive.
It's Friday, August 7th. Horse Meadows Senior Center wraps up the week with sausage, pepper, onions, rice, carrots, and fruit. 11:30 to 12:30. Reminding you all meals include bread, milk, coffee, and juice, along with salad bar. Sausage, pepper, onions, rice, carrots, and fruit being served today at Horse Meadows Senior Center in North Haverhill.
The Orangey Senior Center in the Bradford Community Building is open and serving congregate meals on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at noon. The meal for this Friday, August 7th, will be Salisbury steak, mashed potato, peas, and dessert. For those 60 and over, the suggested donation per meal is $5. For those under 60, the cost per meal is $8, and takeout meals are available as well.
On the menu at the West Barnett Senior Meal Site for Friday, August 7th. In-house diners will be served a buffet. For takeout, chicken and biscuits, mashed potato, peas, salad, homemade roll, and pineapple. In-house dining starts at 11:30 a.m. Takeout orders are required by calling 603-638-4002.
Hey, good morning. It's 6 minutes after 6. We're already nudging close to 70 degrees, expected to be close to 90 again today. Let's find out in a little bit more detail what is actually going on with the weather as we head into the weekend. It's being brought to you by Manchester Brick Materials, where they offer crushed stone and ledge products. We will rock you at Manchester Brick Materials. They have 2 locations taking care of your needs in East Drygate and also at 596 Crossroad in Waterford. To line up your projects, all you have to do is call Darcy at 802-633-4122.
Is part of your property too tough to mow, or do you need a new driveway, or must fix your old one? Ask Manchester Brick Materials for a quote today. Plus for topsoil, erosion stone, riprap, and stay mat. Plus crushed stone products from 3/4 inch plant mix up to 5 inches. Manchester Brick Materials will deliver or load it for you. 6:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. weekdays, 7 a.m. to 12 noon Saturdays, or by appointment. We will rock you with competitive pricing and estimates. Call 802-633-4122.
From the Fairbanks Museum, the forecast for today, a mix of sun and clouds with a chance of scattered showers or storms. Highs will be in the 80s to nearing 90. Then tonight, any storms or showers diminishing with a chance of valley fog. Lows in the 60s to nearing 70. On Saturday, another chance of afternoon showers or thunderstorms with highs in the 80s. I'm meteorologist Megan Duncan for WYKR.
Thank you, Megan. At 8 minutes after 6, it's 67 degrees, heading for the upper 80s, possibly into the low 90s today. And there you have it as we head into the weekend. That is a look at the latest weather. It's brought to you by Manchester Brick Materials. Be sure to call Darcy at 802-633-4122. Manchester Brick Materials has 2 convenient local locations. 596 Crossroad, Waterford, Route 5 Northeast, Drygate. Again, 802-633-4122.
Former Celtic, now a 76er, Jaylen Brown, in front of a Philadelphia microphone yesterday. Jalen's goal?
I want to earn everybody respect and trust. You know what I mean? Obviously, it's a lot of guys with talent, it's egos, but to win, you got to be able to sacrifice. You got to be able to, have trust and communication. So I want to come in transparent. I want to come in with my agenda on the table. Look, this is what I'm here to do. This is what I want to do. I want to win.
Recently, Celtic fans have wondered about the Jaylen Brown-Jason Tatum relationship, now over.
We won a championship together. So anybody that you win a championship, you would think like that's what a brotherhood or a lifelong legacy would entail. Obviously, there's ups and downs in any type of relationship for sure. But on my end, it's nothing but respect. Everything for me is just based in respect.
Philadelphia 76ers, Jaylen Brown.
The 69th Annual Vermont Antique and Classic Car Meet takes place at Farfield, 1901 U.S. Route 2 in Waterbury, August 7th, 8th, and 9th. View a special display of antique motorcycles, Class 29 for late model vehicles 2001 to 2026, featuring cars of the 1950s, food court, free parking, and race cars. The 69th Annual Vermont Antique and Classic Car Meet takes place at Farfield, 1901 U.S. Route 2 in Waterbury, August 7th, 8th, and 9th. Going to give away a couple of tickets again this morning to Xanadu at the Weathervane Theater in Whitefield. The show is for a couple of tickets Friday, August 14th at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Of course, Xanadu is a hilarious 80s musical in which a Greek muse inspires a roller disco. Forbidden love, jealous sisters, and chaos unfold to hits like the songs Magic and All Over the World. And we'll give the first caller a couple of tickets to Xanadu, Weathervane Theater, a week from today, Friday, August 14th, 802-757-2773. Coming up 18 minutes after 6, we're going to find out what's happening in Landaff. Not this weekend, but next weekend in just a few minutes. But first, let's take a look at the weather forecast for you. It's being brought to you by Wells River Chevrolet, which is part of the Autosaver Group. And that's a really big deal, as in the Autosaver Group's Big Deal Plus that comes at no charge with the purchase or lease of every new or used vehicle at Wells River Chevrolet. Wells River Chevrolet is proud to be part of the Autosaver Group, and that's a really good deal. Being in the Autosaver Group's Big Deal Plus comes with no charge with a purchase or lease of every vehicle at Wells River Chevrolet. What does that mean for you? 2 years of unlimited scheduled maintenance, unlimited oil filter changes and tire rotations, lifetime state inspections, and so much more. Wells River Chevrolet is proud to be part of the Autosaver Group. Same great people, same great experience, and a Big Deal Plus. WellsRiverChevy.com. Together, let's drive.
From the Fairbanks Museum, the forecast for today, a mix of sun and clouds with a chance of scattered showers or storms. Highs will be in the 80s to nearing 90. Then tonight, any storms or showers diminishing with a chance of valley fog. Lows in the 60s to nearing 70. On Saturday, another chance of afternoon showers or thunderstorms with highs in the 80s. I'm meteorologist Megan Duncan for WYKR.
And for Wells River Chevrolet, reminding you this is the morning. Ted Cooper gives us an update at about 7:45 from Wells River Chevrolet, which is part of the Autosaver Group. Same great people, same great experience, and now the Big Deal Plus. They're on the web at wellsriverchevy.com. And recently, Joshua Smith chatted with Jason Cartwright as part of the Landaff Old Home Day. We'll take a few minutes and find out what's going on with that coming up on Saturday, August 15th.
Joining us in the studio, we're talking about the North Country's favorite summer traditions. Joining me is Jason Cartwright, president of the Landaff Volunteer Fire Association, to tell us about this year's Landaff Old Home Day, happening Saturday, August 15th. It's a full day of auctions, great food, live music, family activities, and community spirit, all while supporting one of New Hampshire's last all-volunteer fire departments. Jason, thanks for coming by.
Thank you for having me.
So for someone who's never been to the Landaff Old Home Day, give us the overview. What can people expect when they arrive?
You never know what you're going to find, and the auction is always exciting. People donate goods from either businesses or their homes. Some new, some things are used and well loved, but there's always great finds there for anything you could think of.
So you did mention the annual auction, and that starts at 9 o'clock. Is that true?
That's right. Preview
Okay.
and registration starts at 8.
Okay.
The actual auction kicks off at 9, ends around noon.
Yeah. And how much of that you mentioned, too, is how many of that is donated things from friends and family, and how much of that is donated from businesses?
It's probably around 60-40, 60
Okay.
being families and townspeople around the area, and the rest from businesses.
Okay. And one thing I always hear about people talking about is the food. What's on the menu this year for the benefit supper this year?
Yes, this year we're changing up a little bit and having smoked brisket with smoked chicken made by a guy that's been smoking for years and tuning his craft. It's really good, and it's a lot of fun as well. Great community.
Okay. And besides the auction and the supper, what are some of the other activities that kind of make this fun day for families?
Well, the Friends of Landaff are going to have a booth where they sell memorabilia and custom-made things that they make, as well as Parker Hill Road Band is going to play from 5:30 to 7:30 outside of the town hall. So people enjoying dinner can do that, or you can just come by for the music.
Yeah, you mentioned the Parker Hill Road Band, and that is going to be happening, kind of wrapping up the day a bit then.
That's right.
Okay.
That's right.
All right. And so every ticket, auction bid, and raffle purchase goes there to help the Landaff Volunteer Fire Department. Where do those dollars go, and why are they so important?
Well, they're important because while we receive a small budget from the town, anything else that the fire and that meets the basic needs of the fire department. But anytime we need additional gear or have wants or needs that we think will make the firefighting better for us, or we make sure we get that. This year we did buy 2 containers for storage, and a few other things that were great for the department.
Right. What would you say to someone who's looking for a good Saturday road trip but has never visited Landaff before?
Well, just coming into Landaff, I know a lot of people say they drive by the highways, but you turn up into the hills of Landaff, and it's a beautiful area. The people are welcoming, and the event is fun and lively, lots of laughter, lots of jokes. We'll also have a bounce house for the kids and other activities for the kids to enjoy, so you can bring them and attend the auction while the kids are playing right behind the tent.
And so are there any new attractions or surprises planned for this year for returning visitors that they should watch out for?
Yes, this year, anyone under the age of 30 is going to get a 5% rebate at checkout. So we're trying to encourage new and younger members to show up, and so that 5% rebate hopefully will attract those under 30.
I mean, and also too, Jason, the raffle always draws a lot of attention. Can you tell us a little bit about some of the prizes people could win?
Well, the grand prize is a cord of wood from Country Comfort, business in Landaff. Then there's also gift certificates ranging from $25 to $100 for area restaurants like Chang Thai, 99 Restaurant, and a few others.
Okay. So we're talking to Jason Cartwright, who is the president of the Landaff Volunteer Fire Association, and we're chatting about the Landaff Old Home Day happening Saturday, August 15th. So for someone, Jason, who wants to support the Fire Association but can't stay all day, are there other ways they can help?
Well, we do just accept donations. But if you can come up and volunteer for serving the dinner or even helping at the auction, that's always appreciated as well. We're always looking for volunteers, and like I said, we're very welcoming and supportive of everybody that shows up.
Right. And so what do you think makes Landaff Old Home Day different from other community festivals around the area?
Well, I think it's the intimacy of the event and the dinner. So the auction being kind of a smaller, intimate feel. Plus, you get to see all of the firefighters working. You get to meet your neighbors and people in the community. So if you're new to the community, it's great to get out and meet some new people and friends.
Right. And if people want to learn more about this and participate, where's the best place they could go to?
We have a Facebook page for Landaff Volunteer Fire Department. Is the best place to go. If you have any questions, you can email landaffvfd@gmail.com. We'll have ads in Bridge Weekly, and there's posters hanging up and around towns.
Right. So, Jason, any final comments?
Well, I hope to see everybody out there. Rain or shine, it's going to be a great day. Lots of fun. Like I said, lots of laughs and good times.
So thanks for coming in today, Jason. Landaff Old Home Day is happening Saturday, August 15th at the Landaff Town Center. The auction gets underway at 9 a.m., followed by family activities, vendors, raffle prizes, and the famous snack stand, a benefit supper featuring smoked brisket and chicken and live bluegrass from the Parker Hill Road Band. All benefits the Landaff Volunteer Fire Department and its scholarship fund. We hope to see a great crowd in Landaff on August 15th. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
29 minutes after 6, additional good news that Lou Del Grego's Italian Diner will be at Three Bears Country Barn this afternoon. And this week's giant panuzzo sandwich is the Lou Del Grego's fresh baked panuzzo bread stuffed with pepperoni, sausage, 3-cheese blend, and toasted till melted, and it is delicious. And don't forget about Lou Del Grego's original pizzas, the Garlic Jim with minced garlic, sauce, and cheese, loaded with pepperoni and finished with tangy honey garlic sauce, and the hot honey pepperoni whipped ricotta and Lou's homemade hot honey, and also the combo, which is loaded with pepperoni and sweet Italian fennel sausage, with sauce and cheese, and all the usual favorite pizzas on the menu this week, too. Fresh piped cannoli always here, piped fresh to order, and try one of the 2 imported Italian sodas to make it a great meal. You'll find them at the Three Bears Country Barn right here on Route 302. It's Lou Del Grego's. Respect tradition, taste the difference. Lou Del Grego's Italian Diner. Enjoy. All right, 6:31, we take a look at the weather forecast for all of northeast Vermont, northwest New Hampshire, sitting at 67 degrees. It's brought to you by St. Johnsbury Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, which is part of the AutoSaver Group, where every deal comes with a big deal plus. A 2-year unlimited schedule maintenance plan, which includes free state inspections for life.
So where's the big deal?
Holy schmoly, it's Matt LeCuyer from the Autosaver Group, St. Johnsbury Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. The Make This the Summer event is going on right now, and anyone can lease a brand new 2026 Ram 1500 Bighorn Crew Cab four-wheel drive for just $549 a month with zero due at signing. But wait, if you have a current Stellantis lease, just $499 a month gets you behind the wheel of one of America's most awarded full-size trucks. The 2026 Ram 1500 Bighorn delivers legendary capability, a comfortable premium interior, advanced technology, and the strength to handle work, weekends, and everything in between. At St. Johnsbury Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, we're making it easier than ever to upgrade your vehicle. Plus, you can get an instant trade value, browse our inventory, or even build your deal online at stjohnsburycdjr.com. Visit us today at 220 Memorial Drive in St. Johnsbury, Vermont, just past the railroad tracks, or shop us online anytime, stjohnsburycdjr.com.
Stock number SJR 26119. 10,000 miles per year, 32,500 total miles. 30 cents per mile over. Tax, title, registration extra. This Ram is available to everyone at $549 per month, but current Stellantis leases pay only $499. Offer expires 8/3/26.
St. Johnsbury Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, where Vermont comes to drive.
From the Fairbanks Museum, the forecast for today, a mix of sun and clouds with a chance of scattered showers or storms. Highs will be in the 80s to nearing 90. Then tonight, any storms or showers diminishing with a chance of valley fog. Lows in the 60s to nearing 70. On Saturday, another chance of afternoon showers or thunderstorms with highs in the 80s. I'm meteorologist Megan Duncan for WYKR.
Right, it is summertime. More details regards to the weather with a conversation with Mark Breen coming up in 1 hour. 67 at 6:33. Updated weather brought to you by St. Johnsbury Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, which is part of the Autosaver Group. Reminding you, it's the 69th annual Vermont Antique and Classic Car Meet taking place at Farfield, 1901 U.S. Route 2 in Waterbury, August 7th, 8th, and 9th. And you can view a special display of antique motorcycles as well. They'll be featuring cars of the 1950s, food court, free parking, and race cars. Bob's with us again, and so is Gabe, Wild Vermont Customs, Wise Enterprises, and we assume you had a successful North Haverhill Fair a couple of weeks ago.
So this was our best fair.
Good.
For sure.
I've heard other people say the same thing, so hats off to everybody.
Yeah, I mean, I think I think the way the fair's timings worked out this year, it just worked out way better for us. We sold more than we ever had at the fair, and we took a lot of kind of pre-orders for stuff to get done. We brought our reverse trike Harley that was, it wasn't completed, but we brought it as a work in progress piece, and that was a hit of our booth. I mean, we spent hours talking to people about it, what the long-term plan is for it. Even for people who are in the same boat as me, kind of get dizzy spells or bad leg or something, can't ride a two-wheeler anymore, they said, as soon as I get this one on the road or perfected, they want me to do theirs. So we've got like 4 orders already for making reverse trikes. The issue is everybody has trikes, nothing against Can-Am. I love Can-Am, but the Can-Am Spyders just don't have the same feel that Harley has. They don't have the rumble, they don't have the vibration, they don't have the sound. They're more like driving a luxury car. So a lot of people want that Harley rumble and feel. So that was kind of where, we decided that we didn't want to do a standard trike because everybody does it. So we decided that we were doing a reverse trike out of Harley. So we still had the feel and the rumble, but had the stability to go with it.
Okay. And you had some parts come in that you couldn't, I guess, get onto that trike.
Yeah,
which you'll start adding now, right?
Yeah, they literally came in the day of the fair. So we couldn't put them on at that point.
So you hope bring it again next year with additional stuff you've added to it?
For sure. Our thought was it might end up being like a 3-year in a row at the fair progress.
Good idea.
I can't quite get it back in the shop on the lift yet. We got a couple of things for customers that have to go in first. And then the plan is to get that right back on the lift so we can continue on it when we have a free second here or there, because that's about all we get is a free second.
So periodic updates from you guys at
For sure.
Custom, so we look forward to that. So, next 2 or 3 years, you might continue to see the bike come into being, right?
Yeah, for sure.
All right, we're heading into the fourth quarter in a hurry. So anybody wants anything, the gun stocks and stuff like that, that's pretty much gone by the wayside until the first of the year or after hunting season?
Yeah, so I think at this point, because it off-gasses for a little bit afterward, I don't think we want to do any that want to be used for hunting this year.
Okay.
If it's a gun you're not going to hunt with, for sure we could do that. But a hunting gun, I would say, at this point, we want to wait until after hunting season. And then the best thing to do is once you're done with hunting season, bring it to us, let us get it done, and you have right back this winter.
Yeah. Now, you guys do stuff with metal. If somebody brought in like a saw and wanted you to put like a design in it, can you do that, cut it out? Like a hand saw, but they wanted to make a design, like a forest scene and a moose or something like that?
Yeah, I mean, it's a little bit harder work going to cut into something like that, but we can do it.
You can do it? Okay.
I've also got stuff so that we can kind of cut the saw blade out with the stuff in it. So it wouldn't be a regular saw blade, but it's going to look like a saw blade.
Yeah, it's just an idea that you give people an idea of what you guys can do. I mean, that's just scratching the surface in comparison to what you guys can do.
Yeah, the other thing at the fair, which I was surprised, we did a lot of our metal cutout flags.
Yeah.
And we even made a 250th. That was a Betsy Ross flag with 250th inside the circle of stars. Only sold 1 flag at the fair this year. Not sure why that was.
Yeah, and being the 250th, right?
Yeah, and the normal price is $150, but at the fair we knock them down to $100. So at $100, we really don't make any money on them. It's just us wanting to get patriotic stuff out to people.
Get them moved out. So you've got some on board. If people have got their own ideas, you can do it for the holidays.
We do. We've actually got flags in stock right now because we didn't sell them all at the fair. So we've got some in stock, and even if someone had an idea of doing something a little different with a flag or something, we can do that too. So,
other ideas that people could maybe think about for the holidays, because we've still got plenty of time.
Well, this year being the 250th, we also kind of made like this. I guess you'd call it like a shield shape that we put. I think we put America 250 years strong in it. We have some of those available that didn't really sell at the fair.
Any updated pictures on the Facebook page then with some of this stuff?
So if people go onto the fair or onto the Facebook, they'll see a lot of our stuff. I when we were at the fair, I took and posted a bunch of pictures. The problem is, like, there's so many scams going on Facebook too. It's really hard sometimes. I had a guy that messaged me out of San Antonio, Texas, that wanted a flag. I want to know if I'd ship it to him. I said, yeah. And he wanted my account numbers and stuff so he can send me money. And when I said, no, but here's a link, you click here, you pay, that was the last time I heard from him.
Okay. Yeah.
So,
there's a lot of scam stuff going on. So listeners, be aware of that.
Yeah, you got to be really careful.
When it comes to your bank accounts and stuff, if call your local bank and get some help from them.
Yeah, we get a lot of it as a business, so it's a lot that we have to focus on, which takes away from our time in the business, but
yeah,
it is what it is.
As you're well Vermont Customs Wise Enterprises, you guys are busy out there. All right, so for the listeners, they can contact you on Facebook.
Yeah, message me through Facebook. We get a conversation started, and then when we're kind of in a direction, then we can have phone calls or come visit or whatever it takes to continue.
And start sooner than later. We keep talking about fourth quarter and the holidays, but it's going to be here. It's going to be here.
It is, and Wise Enterprises has got a lot of work coming.
Good.
For one of our biggest customers. So
good for you guys. Awesome.
It's gonna be a busy end of the year and busy into early next year for sure.
All right. So the next time we chat, a couple of weeks, we'll be into the third week of the month already.
Yeah, it's hard to believe, isn't it?
It really is. All right, Bob and Gabe, Wild Vermont Customs Wise Enterprises. Thanks for your time.
We'll see ya.
Chief Crushing and Excavation has plenty of products that can be delivered to you from one of their many nearby locations. Products available include sand for septic systems, crushed gravel, topsoil, clay fills, stay mat, ledge, and specialty items such as blue ledge and gravel. Chief Crushing and Excavation is fully insured and has Vermont and New Hampshire locations near you, including Wells River Quarry, the South Rygate Pit, Nick's Aggregate and Pike, and Blaisdell Sand and Gravel in North Haverhill. Excavation and full land clearing services are also available. For quarry operation hours, pricing, and directions, call Chief Crushing and Excavation at 802-584-3868.
From the Fairbanks Museum, the forecast for today, a mix of sun and clouds with a chance of scattered showers or storms. Highs will be in the 80s to nearing 90. Then tonight, any storms or showers diminishing with a chance of valley fog. Lows in the 60s to nearing 70. On Saturday, another chance of afternoon showers or thunderstorms with highs in the 80s. I'm meteorologist Megan Duncan for WYKR.
Thanks, Megan. 6:42. We're pushing 70, pushing 90 before we're done today. And the updated weather this time brought to you by Chief Crushing and Excavation, lining up your projects as we speak at 802-584-3868. We're getting set to talk with Butch in April. It's the Bay Ridge Speedway Race Report. Wells River Chevrolet is proud to be part of the Autosaver Group, and that's a really good deal. Being in the Autosaver Group's Big Deal Plus comes with no charge with a purchase or lease of every vehicle at Wells River Chevrolet. What does that mean for you? 2 years of unlimited scheduled maintenance, unlimited oil filter changes and tire rotations, lifetime state inspections, and so much more. Wells River Chevrolet is proud to be part of the Autosaver Group. Same great people, same great experience, and a Big Deal Plus. WellsRiverChevy.com. Together, let's drive. All right, there you have it. Updated information regards to what's happening at Wells River Chevrolet, which is part of the Autosaver Group. And they bring you the weekly Bay Ridge Speedway Race Report during the racing season, down to less than 10 races. 7? 8? I counted 7.
I'll go with 7 then.
All right, you want to count them again?
I might have to count one.
That doesn't include your Sunday, Fun Day, Sunday.
So you got to count that.
I didn't.
That counts.
All right.
Because we have to be there.
All right.
You can't do it without us.
All right.
Not counting tomorrow. Counting tomorrow.
Counting tomorrow, I think.
8 with Sunday Fun Day.
See, I was right with the 7.
Without the Sunday Fun Day.
We have to have April to keep us straight, Butch. We'd be messed up, wouldn't we?
Oh, yeah,
My
we sure
word.
would be.
Nah.
You weren't in the tower much last week, were you?
No, I wasn't. I have my little Ethan. He's a big Ethan, but he's doing a great job. So I was able to be in other places.
You don't know how much she bugged us.
Yeah.
When she was walking through.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
It's irritating, ain't
Oh,
it?
Uh-huh.
yeah, because he has to have somebody help him, hold his hand, because he can't do it by himself. So he had his poor grandson stuck up there. And the last time it was his wife. I don't know.
That's because somebody has made it more complicated than it has to be.
Not me.
All right, so you got it in. We did a good race last week, right? We were there. We'll be there in 2 or 3 weeks on the 22nd.
Stayed to the bitter end.
Of course we did. It's a lot of fun.
Was it fun?
It was.
I think they have fun up there.
Of course we do.
Yeah. When I walk by there, I accuse them of not doing anything because they're just yabbering. Oh, that's what radio is.
But that's what radio is.
We call it dead air. We don't have any dead air.
The thing about it is, you could be talking about something that happened on the racetrack. It's not even happening there.
So true.
That's the legend.
That's part of it, right?
That's why radio, it's like Ken Squire used to say, the door handle to door handle.
They'd be on the
I
opposite
said
ends
something
of the
to
track.
Stubby about that one day. I says, had a hell of a race, didn't you, last night, you know? Kind of looked at me, what do you mean? I said, well, I was listening to it on the radio, and they said, you were door handle to door handle with, I forgot if it was Lenny Stockwell who he was running with or whatever. I don't think we're that close. He said, I think I was on the back stretch when he was still on the front stretch or something like that, you know. But they still door handle. And he made it sound good.
Yeah. I lived for a time in the late 60s into the 70s in Randolph. Used to go to Braintree Hill and see Lenny. He was quite the engine builder.
He was.
Did some racing.
Yeah.
Had a couple of misfortunes.
Motorcycle enthusiast.
Yeah. Then his son raced for a while too, didn't he?
Yeah.
Kip. Yeah.
Yep.
That's a name I hadn't heard in a while.
Yeah.
All right, let's find out what happened at Bear Ridge Speedway last weekend.
I thought you were doing the report because you were there.
I could. Give me the piece of paper.
You want that piece of paper to work
Butch
with?
does it. Thanks to April and all the great information she provides.
Why are you? What's up? You sucking up pretty good this morning.
Caffeine is just a miracle
Just
drink.
kicking in and going. Last week, the Wakamoto Sales night. And for John Poor, and a great night it was. In the dirt car, Sable & Sons Dirt Car Sportsman Modifieds, Jeremy Huntoon finally got that monkey off his back for how many years he's been driving a modified?
A decade.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway.
Yeah, it was. I counted. It was 10 years. Been about 10 years.
But not without Richie Simmons pushing him all the way. Richie did a great job behind him, whatever. But anyway, Jeremy Huntoon, Richie Simmons, Todd Buchwald, Jason Horniak, Max Dolliver, top 5, Jason Gray, Robert Tucker, Kyle Huntington, Mike Ryan, and Owen Brown, last week's winner, finished in the top 10.
Got points.
In the Wells River Chevrolet Dirt Car Sportsman Coupes, had 330 lap segments.
Races, yeah. Segment races.
Overall, they ran for a little over $10,000.
Between purse and that money, yep.
Hell of a show for those guys. In feature segment number 1, Jason Gray, Mike Danforth, Adam Osgood, Lucas Wheeler, Cooper Hodge, top 5 with Logan Martin, Rob Williams, Travis King, Todd Buchwald, A.J. Pushy, round out the top 10. Feature segment number 2, Michael Danforth picked up the win over Todd Buchwald, A.J. Pushy, Ageless One Bob Shepard, Earl Maxim, Cooper Hodge 6th, Adam Osgood, Jason Gray 8th, Lucas Wheeler 9th, and Logan Martin rounded out the top 10. In feature segment number 3, Ricky Sandville picked up the win over Lucas Wheeler, Mike Danforth, A.J. Pushy, Adam Osgood, Cooper Hodge, Travis King, Jason Gray, Earl Maxim, and Logan Martin. And then, when you get all done, they took all 3 races, combined them all together, and come up with an overall finish. And I don't know how it finished out, how second finished out, but Mike Danforth was your overall winner with his wins. Lucas Wheeler, and I don't know if Lucas and Adam were tied.
They were tied, and because Lucas beat him in the 3rd segment.
And how you finish the 3rd segment is how you break the tie.
Yep.
Have done that since day 1, and
Yep.
that's the way it is.
Yep.
Lucas Wheeler 2nd, Adam Osgood 3rd, A.J. Pushy wound up 4th, Cooper Hodge 5th, Jason Gray 6th, Todd Buchwald 7th, Earl Maxim 8th, Logan Martin 9th, and Ricky Sandville round out the top 10 overall. So it was quite a night. It was good racing. Boys did a good job.
Justin Bolio helps me make sure that those points are right. He usually has it figured out before I do.
He's got it in his head before you guys got it on paper.
Yep, so that works. But no, he blessed what I had, so we went with it. But no, yeah, it's the tie.
In the Dad's 4x Tool and Supply Sportsman Limiteds, Keegan Tabor picked up the win over Jordan Robinson. Great run for Jordan. Brian King, Sean King, and Lucas Bolts round out your top 5 there. In no midgets this last week. In the High Country Dispensary late models, Kelly Miller over Ryan Christian, Timmy Higgins, Kevin Smith, and Cameron Grant. In the Valley Building Supply Dirt Stocks, Keith Manser picked up the win over Tyler Fellows, Timmy Tucker, John Fields, and Mike Mann, Tim Blake, Chris Cole, Dustin Toll. In the Woodsville Power Equipment Ridge Runners, Doug Boucher picked up the win over Zach Audette, Jacob Hall Larson, Riley Chafee, Kevin LaForest, Ryan Sayers, Eric Baker, Jacob Davis, Cooper Robinson, and Ty Haywood rounded out the top 10 there. And the mini sprints were there for the first of 2 weeks, because they'll be back again this week. In the Great Estate, that was the Lenny West, supposedly supposed to be the Lenny West Memorial, because they were topless. David Greenslet over Adam Flewelling, Bentley Robbins, your local boy here and local, Jake Wolf, Matt Cowley, Jackson Davis, Jamie Como, Ainsley Davis, Vern Woodard, and Morgan McIntyre. Top 10 in that. And in the Ari Hinckley mini sprint 600s, Tegan Denault over Adam Norton, John Ball, Kyle Gleason, Gilson, Gilsleson, yeah, I guess so.
Gillison, maybe?
Josh Wright, Domenico Diego,
That's usually me.
Connor Bora,
Doing good, man.
Mike Catino, Jacob Green, and Michael Berglund.
He used to pick on me when we did the radio show in Lebanon because I couldn't say any of those names.
And that picked up most of your time, most of your people.
So you have some points. I was asking you about points
I know,
last
you've
week.
been sputtering about points. Sputtering.
Isn't that what it's all about?
Yes. No, it's about having fun.
Okay. We had fun.
We did.
Even more so when you walked through and picked on us.
That's right. That's right. All right. Real quick, the top 5 in the modifieds. We'll do top 5 just because Max Dolliver is still on top with 680 points over Jason Gray with 652. Then it's Jeremy Huntoon in third with 635. Jason Horniak, the only one not having a win in the top 5, with 630, and Robert Tucker with 603. Owen Brown's tied with him with 603. The Coops, Michael Danforth's trying to go for his 3rd consecutive for Grandpa, right?
Yep.
Gene Pearson, he's on top, 794 over Adam Osgood by 690. Lucas Wheeler, 669. Cooper Hodge, 664. And Bob Shepard, the Ageless Wonder, is at 589.
Top 5.
Top 5. Top 3 in the limiteds is Brian King, 538. Keegan Tabor is 514. And Sean King is 513.
That's close.
That's close. And in the midgets, it's Brandon Piatska with 401, Will Hull 393, John Forlano 381, Chris Murray 370, and Nick Fredo with 352. The late models is going to be a battle between the two, which we knew. It's Brian Christian on top this week with 471 over Kelly Miller Sr. with 468. Then Tim Higgins is 444, and our Canadian Kevin Smith comes all the way from Canada every week.
Wow.
Is 425. The battle of the year is going to be the dirt stocks because Keith Manser, there's 3 of them and they keep flipping every week. It's somebody different. Keith Manser is on top 635 over Tyler Fellows and John Fields with 631. So they're both right now second, and we don't break a tie in the points. At the end of the year, if there's a tie, they both get it. So Mike Mann is 574, and Tim Tucker is in 5th with 553. And in the Ridge Runners, it's going to be another close battle there. Doug Boucher is on top with 598 over Ryan Sayers, who hopefully is a dad, 590. Zach Audette, 588. Kevin LaForest is 575, and Riley Chafee is 508. And then the Enduro is Jason Porter, 188 over Tim Colby with 150. Justin Ford, last year's champion, is 148 and tied with Brandon Sheldon. And Dayton Blake at 136.
Up to the minute.
Up to the minute.
Those are the latest points.
And
so
that probably can change.
It will change
Saturday
in the blink
night.
of an eye.
Yeah. Okay, so
Just takes one mulligan.
are the Granite State Minute Sprints are again?
Yes.
They're back there again this
It
week.
did say tentative on the schedule, but they are because
It
we had to
is.
go to print. We wanted to at least get it on there.
Got it. And
But-
kids rides.
Kids rides.
All right. Okay. Anyway, it's on the schedule. Have some fun at Bear Ridge Speedway. Good, clean family fun.
Yes, it all depends on track and weather and all that stuff. So
But it's looking pretty good. There could
It
be
is.
some thunderstorms, but
yeah, it's supposed to be that way on and off all weekend. So yeah, we've been the Vermont Car Show up at Stowe Waterbury. We have, how many cars do we bring up? 8, 10, 12?
I don't know.
I don't know.
oh, old race cars.
Yeah.
'cause
So
yeah.
it's Bill Jostler.
Yeah.
It's through. We have a near display there, New England Auto Racers.
Oh, okay.
So and Bill Jostler kind of heads that for our group,
Mhm.
and there's got to be at least 30 cars there, I think, already, and I'm sure more will come in today. I hope Al Perry makes it. Haven't seen him yet. So we have the near trailer up there. They have all kinds of. They have a car corral with older cars on display that they judge. Booths, vendors. If it's like a swap meet, you can get all kinds of stuff. It's a big event.
It's a huge
It's a
event.
huge event.
Yeah.
If you haven't
I've
been,
been before.
it's worth going. We were up there all day, and Scotty's actually going to probably be at the house waiting for me when we get home because
Do
we're
they
headed
still-
up today.
Do they still do a parade? They used to do
They
a parade.
on and off, and they I believe Bill said that they're doing a race car only parade.
Okay.
I'm assuming today. A lot of the issues they were having with race cars and regular cars is the race cars have to go certain pace because they overheat.
Yeah.
So I don't know if Bill got that ironed out or not.
And
'cause-
clutches always don't work, or the
True.
brakes are bad, or you never know.
You
But
got to stay safe.
you
right?
gotta try to stay
Yeah, so
safe.
trying to mix them with people that don't quite get it, it's not necessarily a good thing.
True.
So, but
You take your person with his 1961 beautiful Studebaker and have a race car behind him that
no brakes.
the clutch doesn't work, whatever, and he's got a U-shaped rear bumper, and he probably
Might
wouldn't be
not
happy
end
about
well,
that.
right?
That's right.
All right. Well, thanks for the update. Good luck tomorrow night. It's 59th year they're celebrating Bear Ridge Speedway right
When
there
do
in
we start
Bradford.
with you again?
22nd.
22nd. What's happening on the 22nd?
Don't spill my coffee. I need that caffeine.
That's right.
Oh, it's an enduro. You haven't done an enduro yet, have you?
No, I tried to mix
I
it
know,
up.
I told you
me.
had to.
Gee whiz. Meanwhile,
Murray's Market night,
Miss
so
Murray's
that'd be a
Market
good
night,
night.
It will be. They got quite the place down there.
They do.
All right, 6:57. That wraps it up. The Bear Ridge Speedway Race Report brought to you by your friends at Wells River Chevrolet. In Bradford, Farmway invites you to shop their in-stock Lazy Boy furniture. Farmway has plenty of styles and colors to choose from, something to fit everybody, including pet-friendly fabrics. Check the prices. You won't be disappointed. Shop in a friendly, no-pressure atmosphere. And if you don't see it, Farmway can order it. Delivery and removal is available. Just ask about the rates. At Farmway, they take immense pride in offering a wide selection of top-quality brands in footwear, clothing, camping, and hunting gear, furniture, and gifts. Shop locally in Bradford at Farmway.
From the Fairbanks Museum, the forecast for today, a mix of sun and clouds with a chance of scattered showers or storms. Highs will be in the 80s to nearing 90. Then tonight, any storms or showers diminishing with a chance of valley fog. Lows in the 60s to nearing 70. On Saturday, another chance of afternoon showers or thunderstorms with highs in the 80s. I'm meteorologist Megan Duncan for WYKR.
And also for Farmway, right there in Bradford, plenty of free parking. And I know, we pass along the information in regards to getting out on the water because they get the kayaks and the canoes. And for relaxing, at your camp or your vacation home or at home, your patio, whatever the case is, they've got all that great outdoor furniture. It doesn't blow over, and it will last a long, long time. Check it out. Farmway right there in Bradford. They're also online at VermontGear.com. We're getting set to check out top of the hour network news. Then we'll be chatting with Charlie Gray, Four Corners Farm, right here, WYKR Haverhill, WTWN Wells River, and also W286DE Wells River at 105.1 FM. Good morning to you at 7 o'clock.
NBC News Radio, I'm Michael Kastner. Senator Marsha Blackburn came out on top in the GOP primary race for Tennessee governor. In a speech following her victory, Blackburn outlined her priorities for Tennessee.
We need safe communities. You want to make certain we support law enforcement, that we're cracking down on crime, that we're treating criminals like criminals, and law enforcement like the heroes that they are.
She defeats Congressman John Rose and State Representative Monty Fritz. All were running to replace term-limited Republican Governor Bill Lee. President Trump is an ally of Blackburn, but has also backed Rose in the past and did not endorse a candidate in the race. Meanwhile, Jerry Green is projected to win the Democratic primary for governor. President Trump says the Strait of Hormuz is, in his words, sort of open right now, but no deal is in place yet. Trump told reporters Thursday that negotiations with Iran are continuing and that in the meantime, the U.S. continues to blockade Iranian ports and have military control of the waterway. He added, "I think we're doing fine." The U.S. Senate is hoping to get some things done before leaving Washington today for a 5-week recess. More from Tammy Trujillo.
Republican Majority Leader John Thune told Politico the Senate hopes to pass a stopgap funding bill today and a bill imposing sanctions on Russia. Republicans are also hoping to get enough votes to confirm Todd Blanche as Attorney General, but Thune indicated that he was still working to get the final vote.
The Trump administration wants to cut regulations on the federal Head Start program that serves low-income children. Federal officials want to reduce regulations governing the program with proposed changes that could eliminate class size limits, teacher qualification requirements, and other long-standing requirements. Michael Kastner, NBC News Radio.
And there you have it, the latest news, top of the hour at a couple of minutes after 7 o'clock. It is that time where we head to South Newbury, find out what's happening at Four Corners Farm with Charlie Gray. Morning, Charlie.
Hi, good morning. If you were just beyond a minute earlier, I just had to scare a fox out of the road trying to check out on our chickens.
Oh, no, that's not good. We saw a fox on our property the other day, too. This one was really dark, though.
So healthy looking, not skinny and mangy.
Okay, in good health then.
So, yeah, this one was pretty skinny. I don't know, was yours healthy? Did it look like it made it through the winter, or did it look like something was bothering it?
Yeah, it looked like it was pretty good shape, actually.
That's good. We had a mom, and she had a den down in front of the house this winter, and she brought she had five kits she made it through the winter with. So
okay,
I love to see them, but as long as they stay on their side of the fence, we're pretty good.
That's right. Charlie, what's going on with blueberries at your place?
So it's been a great season for blueberries, and we need rain now, but we had all that pretty good rain back in June. So this year they're so sweet, and they have good size on them, and you eat them. I just made a blueberry buckle last night, so we'd have something sweet for the weekend. But plenty available, and pick your owns. Open every day with the farm stand, so from 9 to 6. So if it's one of those things, don't just come out once. You try to make it, a couple times a week, so that way, you and your family are always eating some kind of blueberries in the fridge this time of year.
Yeah, good for you. All right, so sweet corn, is that coming in?
Yes, finally. Oh man, it's been a roller coaster ride. So as we said before, I planted it all the way back on April 14th, and I learned this year that due to the heat and the temperature, if you plant it on the 14th of April, which is incredibly early, or if you plant it almost the 1st of May, they kind of run and catch up to each other. Whereas we were just finished the field. I planted on the 14th. We picked it for about 5 days. Mm-hmm. Then we were already starting to get into the field. I planted on the 25th of April. So I know that in the future that maybe it's not worth the time to plant it super early and just wait until you get a good stretch later in April to get it in, because when you get to the hotter months, it kind of all runs together anyways.
Mm-hmm. How many different varieties of sweet corn?
So we're running about 6 or 7 different varieties between our early season. So I do our early season varieties, which really help. They can handle cold soil. And then we switch into our super sweets, which will be, I think by the end of the weekend, we'll be into those. And then it'll be super sweets, which is our fantastic and takeoff. We'll be right those almost into the fall. And then the last plantings of corn, I need a short day, because it's if you do a long day, it will, similar to the heat, it will grow really fast, July, August. But then as you get to September, it will cool down, and then it will just take longer to get to those days. So if you do a short day, mid-60s, by the time September comes around, you usually be able to get it off.
Yeah, September
so
won't
just
be.
little tricks that you learned on through the years.
I'm sure. So, yeah, you talk about September. Meanwhile, I assume the melons are doing okay.
Yes, they love this. The hot, humid, and they're all on drip irrigation, so they get plenty of water. They're doing great. I actually just looked at the winter squash. So I looked at the melons a week ago, and we're just waiting for them to ripen, and we should have those in the farm stand any day. And then I looked at some of the winter squash a couple of days ago, and those are all also looking good. And they do also do like this hot and humid weather. So.
Right. Some of the other things that are now coming onto the farm stand might include what, Charlie?
Oh, so it's just a couple small items. We last week we finished cleaning up our garlic. So if those who love garlic, we have garlic available in the farm stand. And another product that comes and goes, we try it, is celery. So if you like ants on a log or for your salads, we do have that available too. So our own celery, which is that's a hot weather, more of a zone 5 to 7 climate crop. But somehow between putting it on the right plastic and planting it early, we were able to get celery here. So that's kind of exciting.
And let's see. It is canning season, by the way, isn't it?
Yes, it's every week. You should be thinking about something else to put in the freezer. It's a freezer or your shelves. We need to make some freezer space for the family. So a deer that my brother-in-law got last year, we actually turned into canned venison stew this week. So if you need to make room in your freezer, you always can can up other products from the freezer and put them on the shelf.
Yeah, let's talk about some of the other things you have on board. And by the way, your raw milk is really good.
Yes, that's the biggest thing. Is that we strive on having high quality raw milk, and that milk that comes directly from the valley. If you get milk from other stores, you don't really know where it comes from. So if you can't drink raw milk, which some people can't, you always have Hatchland, which has pasteurized milk, which is it's just as good as Vermont milk.
And let's see, Charlie checks in with us each and every week. And how's the meat situation in your coolers?
Oh, we're good. We just sent on the 10th of July. We sent 2 animals, and I think we just got that back. So we're restocked. We're getting a date for another one. So we should be able to have hamburger right through the fall.
Yeah, and you have merchandise available there too, like hats and T-shirts, don't you?
Yeah, so those are the things we don't really talk about very often, but that's if you're looking for some swag, we have Bookworth Farm swag available. The hats are really nice. They're the trucker style and adjustable and comfortable. They actually can take a good sweat too, so they don't get all soggy. And always the shirts are super comfortable. And what my wife did for some of the stand help this year is they had a tie-dyed party, and they took some of the white and the light colored T-shirts and made tie-dye shirts out of them.
Always got to have some fun there. And the farm stand, what are the hours?
Well, we're open every day from 9 to 6.
All right, Four Corners Farm, South Newbury. Know where your vegetables and your fruit come from. Any final comments, Charlie?
I'm actually going on a trip next week, so there should be a guest experience for a guest for next week's talk show.
All right, we'll look forward to it. Enjoy. We'll chat with you in a couple of weeks then, Charlie.
All right, I'll talk to you in 2 weeks.
Thank you. Charlie Gray, Four Corners Farm in South Newbury. And, of course, farm stands open every day, 9 to 6. Check it out. Updated weather forecast for the listening area we're taking a look at now. It's being brought to you by Crosstown Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep Ram, Fiat in Littleton, home of the big deal. At Crosstown Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep Ram, Fiat, located on Route 302 in Littleton, the veteran sales professionals are passionate about helping customers find the right vehicle that fits their needs. Due to their knowledgeable and experienced sales representatives who are always happy to help, they've been nominated several times for Chrysler Dealer of the Year, earned multiple FCA Pantaster Club Awards, and are the recipient of the Customer First Award for Excellence, years 2018 through 2023. At Crosstown Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep Ram, Fiat, they continue to hold themselves to the highest standards of training and maintain manufacturer certification in order to serve their customers the best quality of customer service. Crosstown Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep Ram, Fiat, located on Route 302 in Littleton.
From the Fairbanks Museum in St. Johnsbury, the forecast: any patches of fog burning off to partly to mostly sunny skies, a very warm and steamy day, 80s to near 90. Tonight, partly cloudy, then more clouds after midnight with a chance of showers. Muggy in the 60s. And tomorrow, continued warm and humid, a few morning showers, then breaks of sun, scattered afternoon showers or a thunderstorm in the 80s. I'm meteorologist Mark Breen for WYKR.
And warming up, we're pushing 70 and close to 90 again today. Yes, we are now at 11 minutes after 7. The updated weather brought to you by Crosstown Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep Ram, Fiat in Littleton, home of the Big Deal. We're just a few minutes away from a conversation with Joshua Allen, the owner of ALARMCO, local business right here in Bradford. It is Heavens to Betsy. It's exactly 15 minutes after 7, and as we have promised this morning, a conversation with Joshua Allen, who is the owner of a locally owned, family-operated business in Bradford, ALARMCO. Good morning, Joshua. Oh, we lost him. All right, so we're going to take a break and call him back. We'll take a look at the weather forecast first, which is being brought to you by Woodsville Power Equipment. Be sure to stop in and check them out. They're at 4942 Dartmouth College Highway. And, of course, Bobcat of Woodsville is on the lot. And let's see, plenty of other equipment that you should be checking out. Sales, service, parts, repairs, rental equipment, and expert advice is what you will find at Woodsville Power Equipment. Toro, the power of easy. Products designed to make yard cleanup easy with innovative features that are intuitive, hassle-free, and time-saving. Toro will make your yard the envy of your neighborhood. Toro riding lawnmowers, zero-turn mowers, and attachments are built to last longer and perform better than any others you can find. Toro, yard tools and garden equipment, available locally at Woodsville Power Equipment Tool and Rental.
From the Fairbanks Museum in St. Johnsbury, the forecast: any patches of fog burning off to partly to mostly sunny skies, a very warm and steamy day, 80s to near 90. Tonight, partly cloudy, then more clouds after midnight with a chance of showers. Muggy in the 60s. And tomorrow, continued warm and humid, a few morning showers, then breaks of sun, scattered afternoon showers or a thunderstorm in the 80s. I'm meteorologist Mark Breen for WYKR.
And there you have it, another updated look at the weather as we are seeing sunshine and temperatures that are slowly creeping up, hanging around 70 right now, and we'll be close to 90 degrees again today. And it doesn't matter what the equipment is that you need or what the weather is that's being thrown at you, Woodsville Power Equipment can help you out at 4942 Dartmouth College Highway. Let's say good morning to Joshua Allen at ALARMCO. How you doing, Josh?
Good morning, Steve. How are you?
We're pretty good, thank you. ALARMCO is a security and protection company, of course, based in Bradford and family-owned and operated since its inception, I assume.
Yeah, 1993.
Wow, good for you guys. All right, so I assume this time of the year, pretty busy for you guys with, vacation homes and that type of stuff, camps that are opened up. What's the deal?
Yeah, we're super busy right now. A lot of school stuff right now also, right before the kids go back. A lot of schools are doing upgrades and trying to get things ready. We've had a bunch of projects that way.
Yeah.
And just the typical building and construction season as well. So
yeah. Periodically, you see one of your vehicles. You've got ALARMCO written on the side of it, either in front of a home, but most importantly, I see it quite often in front of businesses or maybe a municipality. Some of those places you take care of as well.
Yeah, we do. We truly take care of anybody that needs us. So everything from, I guess, probably the biggest businesses in Vermont down to the smallest homes in Vermont, tiny homes even.
Yeah. What would the homeowner or maybe the vacation homeowner not know that you can help them with anyway?
Well, the biggest thing is probably connectivity to that place. So if they want to have access to it when they're not there, a lot of the new systems have connectivity right to them so they can keep an eye on it while they're not there. And when they are there, to keep them comfortable, there's thermostat controls and water controls and all kinds of stuff, and keep them safe while they're sleeping there, smoke detectors, CO detectors, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, the frustration nowadays of it being such a high-tech electronic world. What do you see on the horizon, some things maybe in the next few years that you could maybe share with our listeners today, Joshua?
The world of AI is upon us, and that can also be really good or really bad, I guess, for some people if they don't like it. But the good part of it is the technology is excelling rapidly, and the knowledge that you can get out of the equipment is incredible. camera systems that can track movement and tell you what it was for an animal or a person or a car or something else, a bird, that literally can tell you exactly what it is. And then you can go in and request the camera to keep an eye on that item, and it will give you all of the details that was happening with that specific item. So it's pretty neat that way. Also, just kind of some technology changes with things like smoke detectors. So the big problem with smoke detectors is false alarming, right? The boy who cried wolf. We don't want that. We want to make sure that there's really a problem before we're rolling the fire trucks out. So smoke detector technology is changing so that the smoke detector can actually tell what type of smoke it is. If it's burnt toast, or if it's a couch on fire or something like that, it can actually detect different types of smoke now.
Wow. Are you or have you ever been on a fire department?
I actually was on the Bradford Fire Department for a little time. I appreciate everything those guys do. It's incredible how much they work and how hard they work, and we really appreciate them. I deal with a lot of other fire departments with what we do, so we see a lot of activity.
Yeah, that's why I asked that question. So in addition to installation services, you also provide monitoring and repair services. We kind of mentioned monitoring just a little bit, but can you elaborate just a little bit more on what that might mean?
Yeah, so this monitoring nowadays, again, can be kind of multiple platforms. You can kind of self-monitor through the apps where you get notifications sent directly to you. So if something's happening, you get a text message or an email sent directly to your smart device. And then you run into more of a central station monitoring situation where the company on the other end gets those details and they actually pick up the phone and call you, or they call dispatch, whether it be the fire department or the police department or first aid, to get them there as quickly as possible.
Yeah.
And response times, obviously, in the state of Vermont, the hard thing that we have is volunteers. So volunteers for these local services need to get up, get to the station, get the equipment, and get there. So the faster they can get that information, the better it is for everybody involved.
Yeah. ALARMCO, local business, protect the things that matter. Are you looking for help?
Definitely. We actually just hired a new office person, which is fantastic. Shannon, she's doing a great job. Super excited to have her, young and energetic. And I'm looking for a new technician as well to add to the team. So we're growing pretty rapidly, actually. So if somebody out there is interested in a tech-style job doing installations and maintenance and learning a lot of really cool new equipment, we'd be glad to train anybody from the bottom up. And if you have a lot of experience, the pay obviously will be reflected.
Awesome. All right. So best way to contact Joshua Allen at ALARMCO is how?
The office now, you can call and Shannon will answer the phone. It's fantastic. 802-222-4245 or on the website, alarmcovt.com. We're also on Facebook, so if you're on there, send us a message that way. We'd be glad to hear from you.
Awesome. And I know you've been involved with some local sports. Maybe final comments in regards to that at the high school level.
Oh, yeah. It was a good year for Oxbow, another state championship at softball, and we're looking forward to soccer this year. My niece is the goalkeeper at Oxbow for varsity soccer, so
excellent.
Should be a good season.
Yeah.
New athletic director at Oxbow, too. We'd like to welcome him, Jason Smith. He's taking on the role there, and hopefully everything goes smoothly for him.
Yeah, well, fortunate to have a local family-owned business, ALARMCO, Joshua Allen, who takes a minute out of his busy schedule periodically to give us an update in regards to what's happening at ALARMCO. Any final comments?
One more.
Sure.
Yeah, one more thing. Thank you to Mark Avery and his family at Lake Maury Inn for the great concert series they've been running all year long. Definitely. I was able to go down last night and enjoy a concert, and it was very pleasant, and it's very nice to have free entertainment in our community.
Yeah, hearing a lot of great things about it, so thanks for the great words this morning, Joshua. Meanwhile, we'll talk with you in a few weeks. Enjoy the rest of the summer, okay?
All right. Sounds great, Steve. Have a great weekend.
You too. Appreciate it. Yep.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, that's Joshua Smith, the owner of ALARMCO right there in Bradford. Be sure to check them out. They're online, and then give them a call if you think you're interested and capable of being part of their team at ALARMCO. We're pushing 24 minutes after 7. It's a Friday morning. I'm Stephen John, along with our many guests. We take you right up until 9 o'clock this morning. Still to come up this hour, a few minutes away from birthdays and anniversaries. We come out of that chatting with the Fairbanks Museum, Mark Breen. Ted Cooper, he likes to check in with us every couple of weeks and give us an update as to what's happening at Wells River Chevrolet. We'll do that about 7:45, and then we'll hit the 8 o'clock news, and then we're into a really busy 8 o'clock hour right here. Time's ticking. 67, sunshine, heading for 90 degrees today. We'll have more details on the weather coming up in just a few minutes. Right after birthdays and anniversaries, we'll be chatting with Mark Breen at the Fairbanks Museum. Our weekly conversation brought to you by Hatch Lane Farms, Wicked Good Dairy Delights, and also by Profile Meats, both on Route 10 in North Haverhill. More on that in just a few minutes. Meanwhile, if you're hungry today, a great place is Tuttle's Family Diner right here in downtown Wells River, because they are serving the open-faced hot roast beef sandwich with choice of potato and a side. And how about this? The burger of the day. And that's the mushroom Swiss burger with French fries or tater tots. Their soup today is tomato cheddar, and they also have some seafood on board today. It's haddock, scallops, and strip clams. Now, you can order from their regular menu as well if you don't really prefer these specials, but, boy, they look good to me. Call out at 757-3333. Tuttle's Family Diner is located right here in downtown Wells River. A couple of things before we get to birthdays and anniversaries. We have a couple of tickets to see Xanadu coming up next Friday, August 14th. That'll be at 2 in the afternoon. Of course, Xanadu is a hilarious 80s musical in which a Greek muse inspires a roller disco. Forbidden love, jealous sisters, and chaos unfold to hits like the song's Magic and All Over the World. A couple of tickets available. First caller at 802-757-2773, and that's to the Weathervane Theater in Whitefield. It's a nice place. Check it out. Also, the 69th Annual Vermont Antique and Classic Car Meet's taking place as we speak at Farfield, 1901, U.S. Route 2 in Waterbury, August 7th, 8th, and 9th. And you can view a special display of antique motorcycles. Class 29 for late model vehicles, which is 2001 to 2026. They also are featuring cars of the 1950s and race cars. There's free parking and a food court. 69th Annual Vermont Antique and Classic Car Meet, U.S. Route 2 in Waterbury. Also want to remind you, coming up in a couple of weeks, our Business Spotlight brought to you by Wells River Savings, your Good Neighbor Bank, third Friday of the month, shortly after 8:30. Caitlin Beck, she just opened Meadow View Farm. We'll be chatting with them shortly after 8:30, coming up in a couple of weeks. We're all set to check out the birthdays and the anniversaries. It's a daily feature, actually. It's brought to you by the Swenson Insurance Agency each and every day, right around 7:30. If you have a birthday or anniversary that you would like on the radio, we invite you to get it to us as soon as you can. I'd like to see it a couple of days in advance. That way it does give us time to prepare for the day of your wish. Quite a few of them today, including an anniversary. Today is Friday, August 7th. A very happy birthday to Donald Kimball, Stuart White, Stacy Downer, Patty Severino, Richard Booton, Alexis Collins, and Morgan Beckley. Our anniversary wish today is to Ron and Irene Fournier. And that's our complete local list as it's been put together for us today. Wishing Morgan Beckley, Alexis Collins, Richard Booton, Patty Severino, Stacy Downer, Stuart White, and Donald Kimball happy birthday wishes. And a happy anniversary to Ron and Irene Fournier. And that's our list today, August 7th. It's a Friday. We invite you to get your wishes into us, but get them to us at least a couple of days in advance. And be sure and thank the Swenson Insurance Agency. And if you need insurance questions taken care of or an insurance quote, the Swenson Insurance Agency, I'm sure, would like to talk with you. It's 7:31. Those are birthdays and anniversaries for Friday, August 7th.
In many areas, wild animals are a serious traffic safety concern. Stay safe with these tips. While driving, scan the road and shoulders of the road ahead. Look for yellow road signs warning of high danger areas. Use extra caution when traveling during dawn and dusk. Animals are most active during these times. At night, use high beams if there's no oncoming traffic. Be on the lookout for reflecting eyes. Remember, deer are herd animals. Where there's one, there's usually more nearby. If a collision is unavoidable, apply the brakes and steer straight. Let up on the brakes just before impact, allowing the front of your vehicle to rise slightly, reducing the risk of the animal striking the windshield. Take it from me and MMG. protecting your piece of the world.
The Swenson Insurance Agency of Bradford is a family-owned business that has been serving Vermont and New Hampshire since 1960. Service is their best policy at the Swenson Insurance Agency, Bradford. It is time to head to St. Johnsbury. Say good morning to Mark Breen, head meteorologist at the Fairbanks Museum. Good morning, Mark.
Good morning, Stephen.
All right. Summertime has finally arrived. We've had some hot, steamy weather, and I guess it's going to continue for a bit, yeah?
Yeah, we've, topped out at 90 degrees yesterday, and actually that made the sixth day this summer that we've had 90 degrees or better here at the museum, and that's actually pretty much the average. We get to between 6 and 7. We average 6.5, which is just kind of a silly way. You can't have a half a day. But the idea here is that that's pretty normal. That is the average. And those averages go back to 1894. And, it's actually kind of a good reminder just in terms of thinking about our weather records. At 4 o'clock in the afternoon, that is actually the official beginning of the next day. And I know that sounds kind of odd, but it is something that they were doing back in the 1890s because, you couldn't necessarily expect people to stay up till midnight to check the temperature specifically at that point. So a calendar day, they just simply had different ways of defining it. And so for the weather records, that was one system of doing that. Typically, people were finished work or school or so forth, so they could take a reading at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Now, so I mention all of that because yesterday afternoon, temperature at the museum was 92 degrees, which means that's the maximum temperature for today, unless it gets even hotter, but not expecting that. But still, so today will make 7 days of 90 degrees or better. Again, still basically on the average as far as the summertime is concerned. And that average, by the way, has not really changed in all of our 130 years of weather record keeping. Night times have gotten warmer, but the daytimes, they've actually not shown any trend upward during the summer.
And I know last week in our conversation we were talking about foliage and some of that, and tree growth that comes into influencing our weather around here as well, our temperatures.
Right, yeah. In fact, I was just watching a special on television about the Amazon, and they were talking about the fact that, we mentioned that trees here, they give off water, and that makes the air more humid during the summer. Well, in the Amazon, the trees send up so much water that it actually creates the rain that keeps feeding the Amazon, keeping it a tropical rainforest, is because the moisture from the trees, that goes up, creates the clouds, then it rains, which, of course, goes back into the trees, which goes up into the clouds, and then it rains again. So,
yeah. Our heat and humidity, is that being controlled by something that we're not quite aware of around here?
One of the things that gives us this really steamy, sticky stuff has to do with a pattern where we get air that comes from the Gulf Coast states, which, of course, we think of, Alabama, Mississippi, Florida, so forth. These are very warm, sticky places. But that air does occasionally, obviously, move into here, and it circulates up here thanks to something called the Bermuda High. Now, it's not anything to do with the Bermuda Triangle. This is a weather feature. It's a semi-permanent area of high pressure, actually. It sits from about the island of Bermuda out into the middle of the Atlantic, and it's, like I said, semi-permanent. It pretty much stays there most of the time. It wanders around a little bit, and in the case in the summer, sometimes it expands to the west, closer to the East Coast. That's when it really helps to steer this warm, sticky stuff up here. And so that's the reason we're having our particular spell of hot and humid weather right now. But it also, there's kind of a curious thing about that Bermuda High. It's part of a larger area of generally high pressure and quiet weather that runs about 30 degrees latitude. So if you're thinking about like on a globe, 30 degrees, we measure latitude from 0 at the equator, 90 degrees at the pole. So I mention that because if you follow that 30-degree line around the globe, it goes right through the Sahara Desert. It goes right through the deserts of the southwestern U.S. And so these areas, typically they don't get very much rainfall, and it stays, sunny, warm, and dry almost all of the time. So that all fits into our summer weather pattern.
Now, I was noticing extended forecast might be a little chillier next Friday versus what we're going to see today, Mark.
Yeah, glad you noticed that, because one of the things that happens here is, yes, that Bermuda high does kind of expand westward for a time, and we get these spells of warm, humid weather. But one of the things that happens here, which doesn't happen, for example, down in the Gulf Coast states, is we get relief from that. It doesn't stay this way all summer long. And so there's this big pool of cooler air sitting over Hudson Bay, but it's actually a big circulation, and that's going to shift closer to us. So bottom line, we're going to see a couple of episodes of showers and thunder showers, one of them coming through later tonight and hit or miss off and on into tomorrow night, and then another batch coming through later Monday night, all helping to work in some of the cooler, less humid air. So that's indeed when we kind of expect to see that change as we get toward the end of next week. We'll be looking at night times in the 50s and daytimes in the 70s, which is that cool, comfortable air. Actually, we had that just a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, start feeling and looking like fall then, right?
Yes, well, of course, and the days are getting noticeably shorter. I was just looking at the sunrise and sunset times. So we have now gotten to the point where the sun is setting closer and closer to 8 o'clock compared to 8:30, 8:35 at the height of summer, so to say. And so that's backed off. Also, the sunrise, which was closer to 5 o'clock earlier this summer, now about 5:45. So, again, we've lost more than an hour and a half of daylight.
Yeah. Happens in a hurry, it seems like. Right after the 4th of July, you really start noticing it. Hey,
Yeah,
Mark,
exactly.
with the changing in our weather, you've mentioned the last few weeks about some meteor showers. What's up?
Yeah, so we are approaching the peak of the Perseid meteor shower. I was just out actually earlier this week, did a star party for some friends of mine, and we actually saw this great streak across the sky of Perseid meteor. And these are actually little chunks of sand, pebbles, tiny, tiny, tiny rocks that we run into every year. It's why there is a meteor shower in August every year, specifically peaking on the 12th into the 13th. So in the case of, our calendar here, we're talking about Wednesday night into Thursday morning next week, the peak of the Perseid meteors, and we run into the particles. The particles are there because there's a comet. It's Comet Swift-Tuttle. It goes around the sun once every, I think it's 130 years, and so it leaves behind all these little pieces, and the Earth runs into them every year, and so that's why it's an annual meteor shower. And, of course, they tend to be kind of faint, so it's well-timed that next week we have a new moon, so we're not going to see the moon, but on the other hand, it means a dark sky at night. Now, there's one other thing, though, that I've got to mention about this moon. Like I said, it's what we call a new moon, so it's basically when the moon goes between the Earth and the sun. This time, it's almost perfectly lined up. There will be an eclipse next week. Not here, not a total eclipse, but we will see a partial eclipse next Wednesday. If folks have, like, some of their eclipse glasses still hanging around from the eclipse a couple of years ago, there will be about almost 30% of the sun that will have the disk of the moon in front of it. It'll be Wednesday afternoon between about 12:30 and 2:30. It kind of peaks right around 10 minutes of 2 next week, next Wednesday. So something to look forward to.
Excellent. And more details on that when we chat with Mark next Friday.
Sure.
Excellent. Mark, let's find out what this weekend's forecast looks like right now.
Yes, and we start out obviously sticky and steamy, a little bit of fog out there in places this morning. That'll burn off to partly sunny skies, and it's going to be a steamy afternoon, 80s to near 90, very much like yesterday. Tonight, partly cloudy, but there'll be more clouds and a chance of showers after midnight, muggy in the 60s. And then tomorrow, we may wake up to some localized hit-or-miss showers or a thunderstorm. some breaks of sun, then a good chance of some afternoon showers or thunderstorms. Again, they'll be hit or miss, but it's certainly going to be out there. Warm, humid in the 80s again tomorrow. Tomorrow night, still some evening showers or a thunderstorm, but they should taper off. Temperatures will stay sticky in the 60s, and then Sunday becoming partly sunny. There may be a localized passing shower, but Sunday, not quite as warm and a little less humid in the low to mid-80s. So Sunday, definitely the most comfortable day of the weekend.
All right, there you have it. Mark, you enjoy the weekend then.
Why, thank you. You too.
And we'll find out more about that meteor when we chat with you next Friday.
Okay, sounds good.
All right, thanks again.
Thanks.
Mark Breen. And, of course, that's compliments of your friends at Hatchland Farms, Wicked Good Dairy Delights, and Profile Meats, both located on Route 10 in North Haverhill. Be sure to stop by and shop local. For an excellent selection of Amish-made items, shop locally in North Haverhill at Hatchland Farm, Wicked Good Dairy Delights. The selection includes corn brooms, birdhouses and feeders, mailboxes, garden decorations, wind chimes, baskets, rugs, wooden clothes racks, charcuterie boards, and more. They also have some great Amish food items. For your convenience, an ATM is available inside the store. Wicked Good Dairy Delights is located at Route 10 in North Haverhill. For hours, daily specials, and announcements, visit the Hatchland Farm Facebook page. Ted Cooper is standing by. We'll be chatting with him momentarily at Wells River Chevrolet. But first, we need to update you on the weather as we're nudging 70 degrees under some clouds out there, but sunshine is with us, heading for 90, as Mark said. It's brought to you by Bar Harbor Bank and Trust. You can visit them online at barharbor.bank. It's award-winning banking every day across northern New England. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Bar Harbor Bank and Trust helps businesses succeed. We're proud to be recognized by Forbes and Newsweek as one of America's best banks multiple years running. We can help you get the financing you need quickly and improve your cash flow. With over 50 branches and 90 ATMs across northern New England, we make managing your business easier. Whether your business is growing, expanding, or evolving, we can make it happen together. Bar Harbor Bank and Trust. Good things happen when we work together. Member FDIC.
From the Fairbanks Museum in St. Johnsbury, the forecast, any patches of fog burning off to partly to mostly sunny skies, a very warm and steamy day, 80s to near 90. Tonight, partly cloudy, then more clouds after midnight with a chance of showers. Muggy in the 60s, and tomorrow, continued warm and humid, a few morning showers, then breaks of sun, scattered afternoon showers or a thunderstorm in the 80s. I'm meteorologist Mark Breen for WYKR.
And this time around, brought to you by Bar Harbor Bank and Trust. Be sure and visit them online at barharbor.bank. It's award-winning banking every day across northern New England. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. 746, 70 degrees. Ted Cooper's showroom floor downtown Wells River. How you doing?
No snow in the forecast, so that's okay. Don't have to get the snow brooms out.
I know. You can't make any of us happy, it seems like. We're talking about it too cold, too much snow. Now it's hot, hazy, and humid. What's the deal, right?
I wish we could sort of bottle some of that heat for when we need it in February, because it's supposed to be a pretty robust winter from what the long-range predictions look like. Maybe a lot of snow.
Yeah, I've seen that. So when we're talking in mid-February, we'll have to remember we had this conversation when it was hazy, hot, and humid. All right, Ted?
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, so what's going on there?
Well, we got a lot of stuff going on. We got a lot of stuff coming in, which is great news for everybody. We've been able to tap into an exclusive General Motors closed auction situation, which is giving us access to some really nice low-mileage pre-owned vehicles, most of which could be GM employee vehicles, and that's how it comes from a GM auction. This is vehicles owned by GM. Typically, sort of their reps and so forth might have been using them, and they don't put many miles on them. And we've been able to pick up a bunch of them. Great opportunities, and clearly we're swelling our supply. And I'm going to list off right now our Fair Time mega sale opportunities. Yes, it is fair time, isn't it? Prices are all clearly marked with possible payment options, and guess what? All of our used vehicles are now coming as certified pre-owned. And the certified pre-owned program gives you regardless of what the existing mileage or existing warranties might or might not be, you get a 6-month, 6,000-mile limited warranty with zero deductible. Obviously, all of our vehicles also include the Big Deal Plus with the 2 years of unlimited scheduled maintenance, all at no charge. And just to run down our specials right at the moment. These are hot off the press. I've got a 22 Chevy Equinox RS, which is a nicely equipped version. It's an all-wheel drive. So it's got about 66,000 miles on it, and you could probably buy that for around $296 a month. Really nice 2023 Volkswagen Taos. That's Taos, so 1.5 SE, and it's only got 21,700 miles on it. Really nice SUV, about $308 a month. I got another Equinox here, 24 LT all-wheel drive with only just over 30,000 miles on it. You can buy that for about $26,500 or $319 a month. 25 Jeep Compass Limited, 4x4. We'd be looking somewhere around $319 a month for that one, and that's only got about 24,500 miles on it. And here's one that just came in, 2019 Chevy Suburban LT. What a nice ride. This one's got 90,000, just about 91,000 miles on it, but it's only $28,594. You could get into that for as low as $383. For those who might be so inclined to have a real rocket ship, we've got that 25 Chevrolet Equinox EV RS all-wheel drive. That's the one that's in habanero pepper red, the black top. Real rocket ship. Here's one of those GM auction vehicles, which was the 23 Silverado half-ton double cab custom. It's only got 29,000 miles on it, and you could be driving away with that thing for about $449 a month. And I got a beautiful blue 23 Silverado half-ton crew cab custom Trail Boss. It's only got about 37,000 miles on it. You could get into that thing for about $489. And I've just got a few more, so be patient.
Fine. Yeah, this is good.
Got a 23 Silverado half-ton crew cab LT. Really nice truck. Only 31,500 miles. You'd be looking around $489 a month on that. And here's a rare one. We haven't seen one of these in a while. This is a 25 GMC Savannah 2500 cargo van. You know, kind of the generic cargo van. Nothing much on the inside. It's just begging to be turned into a camper or a work van or whatever. You can get into that for about $499. And we've got two really nice used Tahoes. I got a 23 Tahoe High Country Duramax. The High Country is the top of the line. This one's only got about 51,000 miles on it. You could buy it for about $56,500 or $682 a month. And then another 2025 Tahoe RST, which is kind of a sporty version, also with that economical Duramax diesel. It's only got 21,000 miles. You get into that for about $825. So we got some good stuff going here. A lot of stuff. Plus, a bunch of new vehicles coming in. We had 2 trucks yesterday. We got a bunch of half-tons. I see 3 new Chevy Trailblazers, and we got some more Tracks and Traverse, Equinox. A good sprinkling in the infield here. So we've got more options and more used stuff here than we've had in quite a long time. I will point out that all the used stuff, all of our specials, our certified pre-owned specials, are clearly marked. They've got prices and suggested payments and stuff right in the windshield. Most of them are right up on the back line toward the river. So, you're free to browse. But, come on in and, let's talk. And if you don't see what you're looking for, we do have very good reach within the Auto Saver Group and other dealerships. So we're happy to work with you to try and find exactly the right vehicle. And in closing, I will say, remember about hot pavement and your pet's feet. you could practically fry an egg on the pavement these last couple of days. Today will be included. So remember, if you think it would be hot on your feet, it'll be hot on theirs. So please be aware.
Yep, and don't leave, animals or, kids in hot vehicles either.
And that was about the next thing I was about to say, because now it's legal. People can break into vehicles. They can smash the windows out if they see, an animal or a kid in distress and so forth. And I do notice sometimes in some of the parking lots, like at the supermarket and so forth, somebody will have a sign in their window. They will have a dog in the car. It'll say, the vehicle is running, the AC is on, everything's fine.
Good.
So I take those people at their word for the most part, but sometimes double check.
Sure, definitely. All right, so stop by and check out the sales professionals at Wells River Chevrolet. What are your hours?
Yeah, well, we're here from 8 to 6 Monday to Friday and 9 to 3 on Saturdays. And come visit us. You know me, of course, and then we've got Brianna Bean and Rob Ward, and, of course, our friendly managers, Grace Zambon and John Gilmore. We're here to help you. Plus, our service department continues to do a wonderful job out there. They're never going to try and sell you something you don't need. And but, I'll tell you what, tire season's coming up, too, so believe it or not, it won't be that long. So start thinking ahead.
Yeah, definitely. All right, Ted, we always enjoy the update and the conversation. We plan on talking with you in a couple of weeks.
Great. Well, thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Enjoy the weekend, Ted.
You too.
All right. Senior Sales and Leasing Professional and also GM Mark of Excellence Award winner. That's Ted Cooper. Stop in and say hello to him as well as all of the other associates at Wells River Chevrolet. I'm Stephen John. We're pushing 7:55. Taking a break, looking at the weather forecast again right after these. And 70 degrees. It is 7:56. The weather's being brought to you by Ricker Funeral Home and Cremation Care in Woodsville, locally owned, family operated, online at rickerfh.com. And for additional information, call 603-747-2717. Most of us are not prepared to plan and carry out a funeral ceremony when a loved one passes. Ricker Funeral Home and Cremation Care in Woodsville understands the importance of a meaningful and personalized funeral to assist with the healing process during mourning. Their licensed funeral directors know the key decisions a grieving family must make. They will take the time to assist you with the necessary and required legal documentation and handles all of the details to create a unique and meaningful funeral or memorial service for your loved one. For additional information, contact Ricker Funeral Home in Woodsville.
From the Fairbanks Museum in St. Johnsbury, the forecast, any patches of fog burning off to partly to mostly sunny skies, a very warm and steamy day, 80s to near 90. Tonight, partly cloudy, then more clouds after midnight with a chance of showers. Muggy in the 60s, and tomorrow, continued warm and humid, a few morning showers, then breaks of sun, scattered afternoon showers or a thunderstorm in the 80s. I'm meteorologist Mark Breen for WYKR.
Thank you. As we said, 70 degrees, sunshine is with us. Updated weather brought to you by Ricker Funeral Home and Cremation Care in Woodsville. They are locally owned and operated. Online at rickerfh.com and available at 603-747-2717. Top of the hour network news, and then into a busy 8 o'clock hour, finding out what's happening at Margaret Pratt Community in Bradford, Valley Floors, North Haverhill Agway, Green Mountain Merchandise, and also Trinity Church of the Nazarene in North Haverhill. A few pieces of information from the current edition of the Bridge Weekly Showcase, which are available to read online. And this week's mix includes community care, veterans, elections, porch sitting, wisdom, strange local lore, nature writing, and also podcasts for New Hampshire listeners. So be sure to check it out, the Bridge Weekly Showcase. Pick it up at your favorite newsstand or go online and read all about it. I want to also remind you that we have a couple of tickets to Xanadu, which is at the Weathervane Theater in Whitefield. 2 tickets to see Xanadu a week from today, Friday, August 14th at 2 in the afternoon. Xanadu is a hilarious 80s musical in which a Greek muse inspires a roller disco. Forbidden love, jealous sisters, and chaos unfold to hits like the songs Magic and All Over the World. At 802-757-2773, we'll give those tickets to the first caller. The latest news and information is just moments away, and as we said, we're heading into a busy 8 o'clock hour, right here, your country, WYKR Haverhill, WTWN Wells River, and W286DE Wells River at 105.1 FM. Reminding you again, our community events calendar is brought to you by your friends at Wells River Savings, your good neighbor bank.
Woodsville, it's 8 o'clock.
And here to keep you informed about what's happening at Margaret Pratt Community is Jamie Rogers. Good morning.
Good morning.
Where does the month go?
Hey, July was a busy month for us.
Did you take a little time off at the ocean?
I did. Took
Good.
a little bit of a break at the end of the month.
Good for
So
you.
sent some postcards back to everybody.
Did you?
Oh, yeah.
All right, good for you. So let's find out what's happening. Life at Margaret Pratt Community. Be at home here.
Yes.
And you've been there a long, long time.
It is home to me. It's a
It
second
is.
home. I'm hit 8 years, actually, this month.
Good for you guys.
Yeah.
So how many residents?
We got room for 49. We got 46 in the building right now, so we have a little bit of availability.
Okay, let's talk about technology.
Oh, technology. Do we have to?
So I assume that most of the people in the building are pretty technologically savvy.
The residents really are. That's a huge change I've seen in the 8 years. Everybody comes in with their tablet or their
Sure.
cell phone. Working people who retired worked on the computer. So we've got some laptops in there. So they are very much a computer savvy bunch. My favorite thing is teaching them how to use the Alexas.
Really?
Alexa, play Elvis Presley.
Okay.
Boom, up he pops.
Yeah.
You know, you tell them anything and they find it fascinating.
Yeah. It's pretty amazing, too, for, I assume older residents there and what they have grown up with. I mean, I'm from the days of rotary dial telephone.
I remember those
Okay.
too.
So
But you're right, absolutely. And one of the things we include in their package is Wi-Fi is included, or they can hardwire if it's an older computer. And they do, and they love it. And teaching them how to do these things, like we do a Facebook look back.
Okay.
We will jump on our Facebook page, on our main TV, look through all the comments, look through the pictures, and that's when you find out everybody knows everybody in the community.
Yeah. Yeah. That's good. Let's talk about Test Drive.
Oh, this
What is Test Drive?
This is a new thing we've started. We've kind of always done it, but we're doing it much more formal this year. So if you or your parent wants to see what does living at Margaret Pratt look like, the only way to find out is come give us a test drive. Call Holly. We'll get you in the morning. If you want to have breakfast with us, have breakfast with us. Come to the 10 o'clock activity. I've got an apartment if you want to sit and have some downtime. But there's the porch where most people spend their downtime. Have lunch with us, maybe do an exercise walking group with us. And then kind of go home and think about what you did in that day and how did you feel? Did you like being with other people? Maybe you didn't. But if you like being around people and you're sitting at your house lonely and bored, give us a test drive and then come on in.
And I assume because of this, too, you're looking for feedback and additional information.
Absolutely.
Sure.
Communication and feedback is our best thing. So people want to ask a question. Hey, do you do this? Do you do that? We can on a whim.
Do you have any residents that have been there as long as you?
Sadly, the last resident that I moved in opening weekend passed last week.
Oh, too bad.
But 7.5 years in a memory care community really stands a great testament for what the care we give is. I do have one little lady that moved in that January.
Okay.
She's still with us too. So no, there's still some really active residents who've been with us for 5, 6, and 8 years almost at this point.
Right.
So
And we know that you have a new van. And
Yes.
you've been doing some field trips, I suppose.
hey, we got to go to the 4th of July parade.
Definitely.
And the fair, you got to go to the fair, right? So we've done that. We're actually headed up. Our monthly Walmart trip is today. So if anybody's headed that way, they'll see the gang over there today.
Do you have a golf tournament?
We do have the big golf tournament. So September 25th. This is our big fundraiser for the year. And this is really to help those people who maybe can't afford it. So we have a couple of different ways to help people who can't afford it, and this is our big one. We're looking for team sponsors. We're looking for players. Information all over the website. It's going to be a beautiful day, and it's a great way to get on the Bradford Golf Course if you don't naturally go there.
All right, somebody's listening. All right, you've talked about this test drive thing. What about people that aren't ready to go to Margaret Pratt Community yet, but are thinking down the road, can they reserve or start talking with you now? What's the deal?
That is the best thing, Steve. Get on the list now. We do have a couple of openings right now, but we also have a wait list we're working through. So the quicker you get your name on the list, the better it is. Right. Just call Holly, come in for a tour to find out a couple of little things, and get on the list.
And the availability's there? You've got one bedrooms?
I do.
Shared rooms?
Yeah, everything. We've got 1 bedroom, we've got 2 bedroom, we've got shared rooms. Okay. Depends on what you can afford and what you want. Some people want a roommate because they're lonely.
Right. So they can stop in, they can call you, and you have a website.
All 3 of the ways are the best things to do.
And Facebook page.
Facebook page really shows us what we do. You know, the website is a great business tool, but if you want to see what we really do, hop on that Facebook page.
All right. Good to see you again, Jamie. Final comments?
Have a great weekend. It's going to be beautiful.
All right, we'll do this again in about a month.
Hey, we'll see you then.
Closer to that golf tournament.
Absolutely. Very close to that tournament.
So if people want to be involved with that, there's still plenty of time. How do they get in contact with you?
They can call us at the building at 802-222-5554 or hop on the website. There's a lot of really good information on that main page.
Excellent. Thank you, Jamie.
Thank you, Steve.
At 11:42 last night, 12th inning, Red Sox White Sox tied at 11. In the batter's box, the Red Sox Caleb Durbin.
1-1 on the way. Up the middle, base hit. Here he comes. Sogard rounding to throw home, and the Sox win again. What a wild ride on a roller coaster tonight.
Thanks, Nesson. Red Sox used 21 players to win this game. It was incredible. This is the winning manager, Chad Tracy.
Thank God the game's over. I mean, I'm drenched in sweat, and I wasn't even playing. So if it gives you an idea of how sticky it was out there, and it's a marathon game. I don't know, 4.5, 4, whatever it was. To see the hit go through there and feel like, all right, as long as Sogi doesn't trip and fall, we should have the game won and get in the locker room and go get some rest.
Chad Tracy, Red Sox 12, White Sox 11. Next at Fenway, 3 home games with the Athletics.
8:09. Thank you for being with us this morning. Stephen, John, and friends for another hour from 6 to 9. We chat with a lot of different folks, either pre-recorded or live in our studios or on the phone. We do it whichever works best for the people that we're going to be chatting with to give you important information. And here's a reminder that Lou Del Grego's Italian Diner will be at Three Bears Country Barn right here on Route 302 this afternoon. And here are some of the specials for this week. The Giant Panuzzo sandwich is Lou Del Grego's combo of fresh-baked Panuzzo bread stuffed with pepperoni, sausage, 3-cheese blend, and toasted till melted and delicious. Also, don't forget about Lou Del Grego's original pizzas, the Garlic Jim with minced garlic, sauce, and cheese, loaded with pepperoni and finished with tangy honey garlic sauce, and the Hot Honey Pepperoni Whipped Ricotta and Lou's Homemade Hot Honey, and also the combo, which loaded with pepperoni and sweet Italian fennel sausage with sauce and cheese. And all the usual favorite pizzas are on the menu this week, too, at Lou Del Grego's Italian Diner, set up at Three Bears Country Barn this afternoon. And while you're there, be sure and check out their 2 imported Italian sodas to make it a great meal. You'll be able to find them at Three Bears Country Barn this afternoon. Lou Del Grego's Italian Diner. Respect tradition. Taste the difference. We're approaching 11 minutes after 8 o'clock. Still to come this hour, a conversation with Valley Floors in Bradford. North Haverhill Agway with Jeremy Beckley. Green Mountain Merchandise, Julie Eastman. And also from Trinity Church of the Nazarene, Lori Market will be in this hour. So there's still lots to come at your country, WYKR. Including an updated look at the weather heading into the weekend. It's brought to you by ALARMCO, which is a security and protection company that's based in Bradford, locally owned, locally operated, where they specialize in home and business security, fire systems, video surveillance, safes, audiovisual equipment, networking, and phone systems. In addition to installation services, ALARMCO also provides monitoring and repair services for a wide variety of systems. ALARMCO can help you stay notified on what's going on in your home, even when you're away. Alarm.com uses a tamper-resistant cellular connection dedicated solely to your security system. The signaling technology is reliable and works even if your phone line, cable, broadband, and power are down. With the help of ALARMCO, a local business in Bradford, you will be able to view your property from the palm of your hand while at work or away for the weekend. For a free, no-obligation quote and see what ALARMCO can do for you, visit their website at alarmcovt.com.
From the Fairbanks Museum in St. Johnsbury, the forecast: any patches of fog burning off to partly to mostly sunny skies. A very warm and steamy day, 80s to near 90. Tonight, partly cloudy, then more clouds after midnight with a chance of showers. Muggy in the 60s. And tomorrow, continued warm and humid, a few morning showers, then breaks of sun, scattered afternoon showers or a thunderstorm in the 80s. I'm meteorologist Mark Breen for WYKR.
All right, there you have it. Here at your country, WYKR, we take a look at the forecast on average about every 10 minutes during the morning drive here. Stephen, John, and friends started at 6 o'clock this morning. We go until 9, so 3 hours of all kinds of great information that comes your way. And maybe you were with us about an hour ago. We chatted with Joshua Allen at ALARMCO. Well, his business just brought you the weather forecast, and they remind you that you can stay notified on what's going on in your home or business even when you're away. You can connect your security, your lights, locks, thermostats, video, and more for seamless automation and control. You can contact them today for a free, no-obligation quote. ALARMCO is online, and they are locally owned and operated in Bradford. Speaking of Bradford, good morning, Ryan.
Good morning, Stephen. How are you?
Pretty good. All right, that was quite the report that Tom Cuddy had in regards to the Red Sox. They've had quite the season after the new manager came on board a couple of months ago, haven't they?
They certainly have.
Yeah.
They certainly have. And it's funny, it was a great segue that you just mentioned Josh Allen and ALARMCO, because I am Josh Allen's Fenway buddy. He's got some season tickets, and we frequent Fenway and take in some games several times during the summer, and I just texted him actually to say, man, wish we were at Fenway last night, because what a game.
Yeah. Wow.
I watched the first few innings, and then this morning I came in and sat down to watch the highlight reel, and the highlight reel was 20 minutes long, and I said, oh my God, as it should be with a game like that. That does make sense.
Yeah.
So I'll watch it off and on throughout the day, but yeah, what a pleasure it is to watch them do well, and I support them win or lose, but this has certainly been a fun time of year.
Yeah, they really turned this season around, haven't they?
They have.
All right, so let's find out what's happening. Here we are halfway through summer and looking at the fourth quarter at Valley Floors in Bradford. Can you give us for information in regards to flooring?
Things are going pretty well.
Right.
We've had a busy summer. We're right in the middle of school season, and we are very fortunate to still maintain a lot of the work for most of the schools in the area, which is great. They're big projects. They're time sensitive, and we appreciate updating the schools because it's cyclical and it's tough. Every school budget is hard, but they really have to stay on top of it, because if they don't refresh carpet, every few years, they really get behind, and then it's a huge burden on the finances to do so. So we're doing quite a bit there. We're doing some fun projects actually. We just did a physical therapy space down around Lebanon with some super thick AstroTurf running down the middle, and then some thick half-inch rubber roll goods on the sides of it. So we're doing some fun stuff out there, and of course all of our custom tile work and a lot of really fun, cool carpet as well that we've seen out on the warehouse floor getting cut and trimmed and ready to head out to refresh somebody's space. And carpet is one of my favorite things, and we've got some really cool carpet out on the showroom floor. We refreshed and realigned and repurposed the tile showroom recently. John and company did that, and then also again refreshed some of our carpet lines, and we've got some really cool stuff out there. Carpet is not the beiges and grays at Valley Floors that most people are used to. We have that, but we also have some really nice manufacturers with Fabrica and Maslin and Stanton and some others that create some really unique carpet, really good quality. It's not the carpet that you replace every couple of years. It lasts a very long time, and some really cool styles in there, and some really neat looks that you can achieve by utilizing it in the right space. So I encourage folks to come in and check it out.
Yeah, tough thing to pick out carpet or tile and some of that stuff. Can people take samples home from Valley Floors, Ryan?
Oh, absolutely. We encourage it, and folks, if they think not to do that, we encourage them to, because it looks different in our light than it does in their light, and it's really something that you want to look at in the daylight and at nighttime. Shades do funny things, and it's really important to do that, and also to get the feel and the texture of it. We encourage them to take several of them home and return them, or better yet, we often will pick them up when Tony goes out to measure. So, which is a good segue that, that is how things work here. Everything that we install, we come out and measure. Even if you come within architect plan and perfect drawings, we still come out to take a look at the job site conditions, because there's a lot of things that go into the installation about, how we get into the home and how we navigate getting a 12-foot piece of carpet up the set of stairs and into the space that it's going, and et cetera. So there's a lot of things on the site that we need to see. So Tony comes out and measures that and talks about the installation process with the homeowner or the builder to navigate so that the installation goes fairly seamlessly.
Yeah, as we've said many times talking to Valley Floors, the flooring is one of the first things you should look at, but it's one of the last things that goes down if you're doing any renovation or changing things a bit. Isn't that the truth?
That is the truth.
Yeah.
That is the truth. And we appreciate people are listening to that. We've been spreading that message for years now, and folks are starting to come in and talk about, leading the conversation with, I'm doing this project next spring, and so this is what we're going to do, what do we need to know? And it's a great conversation starter, and we can start to educate you on all the different flooring types, because they have changed immensely since the last time probably that you shopped floor covering, and there's some new products out there and some old products that have been revamped that should require a second look. So, and we can talk to you about the floor transitions and floor heights and the applications, and most importantly, your expectations of floor covering, because that's really what we sell on is, how do you live your life? Do you take your shoes off? Do you have kids and dogs? Do you clean the floors regularly? Are you going to use them, or do you want them to look immaculate for a long time? All of those comes into consideration when choosing the appropriate floor covering.
And I assume here, halfway through summer, heading into the fourth quarter, now is a good time to start booking people in Valley Floors for this fourth quarter.
It is. And again, we encourage folks, if they are going to come in and shop, you can certainly come in anytime and stop by. We love that. But also feel free to call and say, hey, can my wife and I, or my partner and I, or my son and I come in and look around noon on Tuesday? And if you do that, we'll write it in the book, and we'll have a dedicated salesperson anticipating your arrival that will have your undivided attention and work with you for as long as you need, and talk to you about products and your project in particular, and tell you how things work around here.
And we certainly appreciate the update from Ryan. Of course, Ryan Hollister does a great job. We also enjoy our conversation periodically with Greg Hodge. He's got all the answers for all your window decorations, doesn't he?
He does. He does very well. And yeah, I'm sorry to forget about those, but yeah, he does a brisk business in shades and is very knowledgeable. If you need any sort of window coverings, I encourage you to give him a call as well.
All right. Enjoy those socks, all right?
All right. Everybody have a great weekend. Take care.
Thanks, Ryan. Ryan Chase, the owner of Valley Floors, Bradford, Vermont, our weekly conversation, which we've had with Valley Floors for many, many years. Well, maybe you were able to tune in to Bear Ridge Speedway Racing last Saturday night. Paul Ordway and myself, we were high up in the press box covering the action at Bear Ridge Speedway. It was Walker Motor Sales night, and we had a great time. We're expecting to be there on the 22nd, and then the first weekend in September to wrap our coverage of Bear Ridge Speedway Racing. But don't forget, each and every Friday morning during the racing season, Bear Ridge Speedway Race Report with Butch and April, brought to you by your friends at Wells River Chevrolet at about 6:40, 6:45 on Friday mornings. PTO's Repair is bringing you this updated look at the weather at 2320 Route 5 in Fairleigh, just 3.5 miles south of the traffic light in Bradford. PTO's Repair, your local Fisher authorized dealer for Fisher snowplows and Fisher Sanders, 802-222-6152.
PTO's wants you to know.
If you are planning to purchase a new Fisher plow or sander this year, now is the time. Our 2026 order will be here soon. If you are wondering what plow best fits your vehicle, go to our website and click eMatch, or give us a call. PTO's Repair, 2320 Route 5 Fairleigh, or on the web at ptosrepair.com. I'm PTO, and I wanted you to know.
From the Fairbanks Museum in St. Johnsbury, the forecast: any patches of fog burning off to partly to mostly sunny skies, a very warm and steamy day, 80s to near 90. Tonight, partly cloudy, then more clouds after midnight with a chance of showers. Muggy in the 60s, and tomorrow, Continued warm and humid, a few morning showers, then breaks of sun, scattered afternoon showers or a thunderstorm in the 80s. I'm meteorologist Mark Breen for WYKR.
All right, Mark, thank you. We're 8:21. We're hanging around 70 degrees, looking to possibly break 90 degrees again today. Updated weather as we head towards the weekends, brought to you by PTO's Repair, your local Fisher authorized dealer at 2320 Route 5 in Fairleigh. Fisher snowplows, Fisher sanders. Make sure you get your plow all set for your vehicle by talking with Paul at PTO's Repair. All right, let's head to North Haverhill and find out what's happening in North Haverhill Agway. Good morning, Jeremy.
Good morning. How are you?
Good. Jeremy Beckley, of course, the new owner, along with his wife, Heather. And how are things going now that you've been in there, 2 or 3 years, Jeremy?
I've been here for about 2.5, owned it for about 1.5 years.
Excellent. Good for you. North Haverhill Agway, a huge asset to our community. You have a plant and tree, shrub, perennial sale going on. Tell us about it.
Yeah, so this time of year we try to get stuff on sale. If you buy one plant, it's 10% off. If you buy 2, it's 20% off. If you do 3, it's 30% off. And then 4 and more is 40% off. So you come on down and see what we got and maybe make your yard look better.
You got pretty good selection on board right now, Jeremy?
We still have a decent amount of shrubs and trees and stuff like that, yeah.
Yeah, good. Heading in that time of the year, good time to get those planted.
Yes.
All right, so, the harvest has begun. What about canning and freezing?
Yeah, pickling mix has been a real popular thing right now, as always this time of year. Tomato mixes. We also do salsa mixes. We're stocked up on all that stuff, and for your jars, your lids, your freezer bags, all your containing stuff, your canners and your accessories, everything you need to can that stuff away for the winter.
Yep, and all that stuff's right there contained in one aisle. Checking out at North Haverhill Agway. All right, garden care, some of the things that might be eating my plants. How can you help out?
Yeah, big things right now is this time of year seems to be the cucumber beetles. And we have a Captain Jack's spray that's an organic spray, which everybody likes organic now, that will definitely help take care of that. We also have Japanese beetles is a thing. We have traps and all stuff for that as well.
Yeah.
And then as far as your garden goes, give it some fertilizer, give it that last boost to help everything get going.
Yeah, it's one of the things we tend to forget to do that, don't we?
Yes, and it's this time of year you need that last boost to get her going good.
All right, so check it out.
And then watering's a big thing too. You got to make sure you keep everything watered.
Yeah, good words of advice from Jeremy Beckley at North Haverhill Agway. So let's talk about landscaping the yard. Some of the things you can help us out with at North Haverhill Agway.
Yeah, we have all the mulches, soils in stock. We have our natural cedar mulch, our red cedar mulch, black cedar mulch, hemlock, pine, all those right in stock. We're still fully stocked on all our soils. Anything you need last minute, whatever you need, we have that down here as well. We're stocked up in our landscape timbers, railroad ties. We have patio stuff for your walkways, pavers, to make everything look good around that picnic table, your walkway, whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
We have 9 different types of bag stone, actually, that would help you out. We have drainage stone, river rock, marble chips, 3 different sizes of marble chips, a pea gravel, which is a smaller stone, but it works well for whatever you got to do around your house.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty amazing. And best thing to do is stop by North Haverhill Agway. You guys are only closed only 6 days out of the course of the year, aren't you?
Yes, not many.
Not many, that's for sure. And fencing. People would be amazed at the fencing you have on board there. Maybe you could tell our listeners some of those that you have available.
Yeah, so we're always stocked up in our welded wire, plenty of woven wire in stock usually, poultry wire, electric fencing we're always got plenty in, and our split rail, we just barely got a full lineup of split rail back in. We were kind of light for a while, but we just got another load in, so we are well stocked up on that. So come down, see what we got, and we can help you out.
Yeah, you got a good selection of kennels, dog kennels and stuff there?
We do.
Okay.
We do. And they've been selling pretty popular this year, but as soon as they go, we get more right back in, so we're good to go.
Of course, we call them dog kennels. More and more people with their chickens and their flock of geese or ducks or whatever. I assume they use those as well for that purpose.
Yeah, I've actually been doing a lot for people even with turkeys. They keep them as house pets all year round. They want to keep them in, and so Yeah, no, it's been real popular this year.
All right, so we talked about garden care. Let's talk about lawn care, Jeremy. What's the deal?
Well, this time of year you got your grub control, your ants, your fleas, your ticks. But once again, we have all different types of products that will help with that. A 7 is a good product we have. Another one, Captain Jack is another one we have. This time of year is always good to, use. You got lime. You can always lime. Lime's a good thing to put down always on your lawn. Helps with the pH. We have a granular lime, we have a pelletized lime, we have an ultra-fast lime, which is a real good product, and we also have hydrated lime.
Yeah. Lime is pretty important, I guess, from prior conversations with North Haverhill Agway. We don't use lime enough to our advantage, do we?
No, not usually. People don't really think about liming that much. And it is a good thing to use. Like I said, it helps with the pH, gets it where it needs to be, and it helps with everything growing better.
All right, we're halfway through the summer, Jeremy. Household pests, what are your customers up against right now?
Yeah, so we've been dealing with, of course, you'll get your flies. Flies have been a real pain. Your spiders, your ants, wasps, hornets, your rodents. We have traps. We have bait killers. We have plenty of, wasp and hornet killer. We have a foam spray, which is real good. Or we have just a regular spray, that's real good for your hornets. And for flies and stuff, we have all types of traps and stuff down here that will help take care of all that stuff.
Yeah,
we have a good whole aisle pretty much full of stuff to help with that.
All right, North Haverhill Agway. And driveway sealer, I assume this is a pretty good time of the year to do that because it's warm and all that stuff will kind of seep down into the blacktop.
Yes, your driveway sealer works really good this time of year. It helps them with the heat, seals in. We got the crack fillers, we got the crack patches. We also have a good blacktop patch that works really well.
Okay.
So, yeah, right now it's probably a pretty popular time of the year to get your driveway sealed up.
Yeah. Do you have the squeegees and some of the devices that you need to actually spread some of that stuff around?
We do. We do. And if we don't have everything we want, we can probably get it for you.
All right. Bird feeding. We'll be heading into that time of the year before you need it. Even though I know people do feed birds this time of the year, usually it really starts picking up more in the fall. Give us an update on that and bird feeding.
Yeah, as soon as the weather gets kind of a little colder and everything, and I don't know, I guess hopefully we don't want the snow yet, but once that comes, people really, really go crazy on bird feeding. And we have our own mix down here that we put together, which is a real good mix. Everybody seems to really love that. But we have all different types of varieties of bird feed down here. We have bird feeders. Anything you need down here to keep those birds happy, we have it.
All right, good for you guys. And stocking up for the heating season in advance, you've got wood pellets on board as we speak, I assume.
I do. The loads are coming in monthly.
Good.
We have a Fusion, which is our 80-20 mix blend. We have an Orford, which is a 100% hardwood, a Cubics, which is also 100% hardwood. And, hopefully right now, I've already been delivering to people, believe it or not, and hopefully right now we can get it as a good price for everybody.
All right.
That's what the plan, anyways.
All right. Stop in or give them a call. Let's see, 787-6981, I assume is the best number to call you guys?
That is correct.
All right. Jeremy, any final words?
I guess just everybody have a good weekend and be safe.
Excellent. Talk with you in a few weeks. All right, Jeremy?
Okay, thank you.
Have a good day.
You too. Bye-bye.
Yep, Jeremy Beckley, along with his wife, new owners of North Haverhill Agway. Of course, Dana and Julie, many, many years of successful business running your local North Haverhill Agway. We're approaching 8:30. We're moments away from finding out what's happening at Trinity Church of the Nazarene and also at Green Mountain Merchandise right here in Wells River. But first, we'll be checking out the weather forecast as well as the specials that are being served today at Tuttle's Family Diner in downtown Wells River. You can stop by and enjoy the open-faced hot roast beef sandwich with choice of potato and a side. And how about the burger of the day, which is the mushroom Swiss burger with French fries or tater tots. Their soup today is tomato cheddar, and the seafood available includes haddock, scallops, and stripped clams. To order out, you can give them a call at 757-3333. Order these specials or from the regular menu when you enjoy your lunch today at Tuttle's Family Diner in downtown Wells River. Updating you on the weather forecast again. It's for all of Northeast Vermont, Northwest New Hampshire. Is being brought to you by Cartwright Construction. They're right there, not too far from the historic Newbury Common, Route 5 South in Newbury. Cartwright Construction. How do you define home? Is it your sanctuary? A reflection of your style and values? A playground for your children and grandchildren? However you define it, Housewright Construction can help you create the house that says, welcome home to you. Housewright is your expert Vermont and New Hampshire home builder. They have been partnering with clients since 1985. They build and renovate homes that fulfill their clients' exact visions. Housewright Construction is proud to be able to say that the foundation of their business continues to be their enduring relationships with clients, who return to them as their home visions grow and who refer them to their friends. Try letting Housewright be the builder of the home of your dreams. Welcome home with Housewright. Housewright Construction, Main Street South, Newbury, Vermont. Online at housewright.net.
From the Fairbanks Museum in St. Johnsbury, the forecast: any patches of fog burning off to partly to mostly sunny skies, a very warm and steamy day, 80s to near 90. Tonight, partly cloudy, then more clouds after midnight with a chance of showers. Muggy in the 60s, and tomorrow, continued warm and humid, a few morning showers, then breaks of sun, scattered afternoon showers or a thunderstorm in the 80s. I'm meteorologist Mark Breen for WYKR.
All right, Mark, thanks a lot as we warm up under partly cloudy skies, but it's going to be turning out to be a nice day, but warm. Let's not complain. It's not going to last too long because the end of next week, temperatures are going to be kind of chilly again. Meanwhile, today we'll be hanging around 90. Right now it's 70 at our Route 302 broadcast studios. And that is an updated look at the latest weather forecast, compliments of Housewright Construction. We promised a conversation with Trinity Church of the Nazarene. Our regular listeners might remember a couple of weeks ago that Lori and Pastor George were in here promoting some of their summertime activities. This time, Lori is back all by herself. Lori Market, good morning. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
We're pretty good. All right, so Trinity Church of the Nazarene is next to the courthouse in North Haverhill, just off Route 10, easy to find.
Very easy to find.
Excellent. So you are here to promote summertime activities.
I am.
Okay, tell us about it.
Well, the most exciting thing that's happening starts on Monday, and it's Wonder Junction, and Wonder Junction is our Summer Bible Adventure, sometimes called VBS, and it's at the Trinity Church beginning at 8:45 a.m. on Monday morning and continuing each morning through Thursday.
Now, you don't have to be a regular going to Trinity Church of the Nazarene to be part of this, or do you?
Absolutely not.
You don't.
We're just looking for all the kids.
Okay. So as we said, you're at 41 Nazarene Drive right there in North Haverhill. I mean, if anybody that's driving through on Route 10, if you look across, you can see the courthouse, and of course you're right next door there. So let's talk about some of the activities that will happen for the kids that are going to be part of Wonder Junction.
Well, we're really excited. There's Bible adventure, music, games, crafts, and of course the kids love snacks.
Mm-hmm.
Have to have snacks. And most of all, we say they're going to be discovering the greatest wonder of all, and that's our Lord Jesus Christ. And I would say that for the kids, if they're to look at all the activities, they're going to be looking forward to what happens on Thursday, which is the day that we do water fun. And in previous years, we've had something we call Splash Mountain, and that's the highlight, and Splash Mountain is returning. Also on that day, there's a family picnic, and we're asking the parents of the kids to come in a little bit early so they could see what we're calling our closing assembly time at 11:30 on that day. So really Thursday is the highlight of the week, although we think the kids are going to have a lot of fun every day they're there.
So this begins this Monday.
Yes.
So people can still register their kids.
Yes, people can register their kids by either going to our Facebook page, there's a link there, or our web page, Trinity Church of the Nazarene.
And the age groups include what, Lori?
We're saying ages 5 through 12, although the part of what's going to be fun for the kids is that we have some older, I'd say, high schoolers that are coming to help with the children. Yes.
What's the expectation? How many kids do you think, roughly? How many can you handle?
Well, we can handle as many as will come.
Okay, there you go. That's good to hear. Yeah. All right, what about the younger kids? I see on some of the notes here that they are welcome to stay accompanied by an adult or guardian.
Yeah, that's under 5.
Okay.
So 5 and up, we're saying we're accommodating with a group that's just for the younger children.
Okay.
And then if they're younger than that, but parents would like for them to be able to be there, we're happy to have them stay with a parent or a
Yeah, a
guardian.
little extra help, a little extra eyes on the situation too, right?
Exactly, right.
So you are Reverend Lori Margaret. You've been part of Church of the Nazarene for how long?
Many, many, many years.
Oh, have you?
More than I can want to admit.
Okay, no,
I might
that's
have
good.
to say how old I am if I do that.
No, you don't have to do that. Yeah.
I come out of New Jersey,
Okay.
and that's where out of the New York Metro District of the Church is where I was ordained.
Okay. And you're helping out now locally.
Yes.
On a regular basis at Trinity in North Haverhill?
Yes, I'm the associate pastor for Children's Ministries.
Okay, great. So maybe some words you could tell us about Trinity Church of the Nazarene more specifically in North Haverhill. Maybe their services, if you have other than Sunday services during the week. Also, how you serve the children with Sunday school and that type of stuff. A little bit more information.
Absolutely. We have Sunday school for all ages. Although in recent days, we've been finding that the children really enjoy what we do during service.
Mhm.
Our services begin at 10:45 a.m. and we have a children's program that allows them to go and, I say, kind of have their own church as a part of what we do on Sunday morning.
Sure.
And there's a curriculum there, so it's an organized setup. And then just generally during the week, there's a Bible study for adults that happens on Wednesdays. And some out there might know me from the Senior Center, where we do a Bible study that is more of a community Bible study on Tuesdays.
Okay, and that's right across the street from
And
you.
that's right across the street
Horse
from the
Meadow
church.
Senior Center.
Correct.
Do you have something they used to call a youth group for like the older, like high school or junior high type kids?
We have activities for the older children, although it's kind of interesting as they get
Uh-huh.
older, they're moving here and moving
Yeah.
there and going to school and so forth. But to the extent that they're there, we focused heavily on them, which is really one of the ways that we've got one young man coming to help us out with
Good.
the younger children.
Certainly. It's a technological world. I know that when George has been here, he's talked about Facebook and, of course, the web page. Can they text you in any way, Lori? Do you
Yes, they can.
Do you look to have them do that?
Yes, they can.
Okay.
Actually, it's, for me personally, the best way to get a hold of me.
All right.
That number is 908-391-4691.
Yeah, if you missed it, we have it here on record at the radio station. So let's just go over it again, because you've got your summer Bible vacation school that you've kind of changed the name of, right?
We call it Summer Bible Adventure.
There you go.
There you go.
And this year it's called?
Wonder Junction.
Okay.
Wonder Junction. Some of the people out there may have seen us in the parade this year.
Yes.
And there's a train called Trinity Express. And the Trinity Express has made its way into the church, so the children will see it again.
Okay, so there's still time to register because this begins this coming Monday.
Yes. And we would say last minute, Sunday night, you decide, well, I really want my kids to go and I don't know what to do about registering. Show up at 8:30.
Okay.
And we'll get you taken care of.
Good to hear. Lori, final comments?
No, nothing more than we are just truly excited, and we're just saying kind of saddle up and come on down
All right.
on Monday morning.
And that would be Trinity Church of the Nazarene, just off Route 10, 41 Nazarene Drive in North Haverhill.
Great.
All right,
Thank you.
Good to see you, Lori.
Thank you, Steve.
Look forward to our next
Appreciate it.
conversation. Thank you.
All righty.
All righty. We're at 8:40, and we're going to take a break for a couple of minutes. When we get back, we have another conversation that we'll be listening to. It's Julie Eastman was the guest of Joshua Smith, promoting some of the activities happening at Green Mountain Merchandise, and we'll be listening to that momentarily.
Joining us once again is Julie Eastman from Green Mountain Merchandise in Wells River. Each month we catch up with Julie to hear about what's happening at the shop, but today she has something extra special to share. Green Mountain Merchandise recently reached an incredible milestone, producing their 15,000th custom t-shirt for blues and rock artist Kenny Wayne Shepherd's hit song Blue on Black. Julie even brought a signed shirt right here that Kenny returned to the shop. We'll hear that story and then catch up on what's new at Green Mountain Merchandise. Julie, how you doing?
I'm great, Josh. How are you?
Good. We're right here for those that just paint the picture here for everybody. You actually have the black t-shirt here, and it says printed 15,000, and it's signed by Kenny Wayne Shepherd.
So we started printing for Kenny Wayne years ago. He is a huge car guy.
Okay.
So I don't know if you remember, recently there was some Dodge Ram commercials that featured a guitarist in the back of the Ram pickup bed. So that's Kenny Wayne.
Okay.
Blonde, looks a little bit like Keith Urban, super cool guy. He's a huge Dodge person.
Okay.
So because of our car affiliation at Green Mountain Merchandise, that's kind of how we met up with him. He's a super nice guy, moves a lot of product for the most part, which keeps us busy all year round.
Right.
Which Green Mountain Merchandise, as a screen printing and embroidery company, we tend to be much busier in the summertime, as people know from our turnaround times sometimes. But we need some good, solid customers like this to keep us and keep everyone working all winter long.
Right.
So we were surprised when we were kind of doing the math and putting print orders in this summer to find out that this particular style, not to include different tour pieces we've done or hats or jackets or anything like that, just this one particular shirt style. Black t-shirt, says blue on black on the front, blue on black on the back, has a little bit of an image of Kenny, playing his guitar, has sold over 15,000 pieces at this point. So we think that's a big milestone coming from Little Wells River.
Right.
So we're proud of that. So we're going to display this in the lobby. All the employees were excited to see it come in. So
right. And so how often does that happen then? Because you've been producing T-shirts for decades upon decades. How often do you have a single style T-shirt?
I think this is the first one.
Okay.
A million years ago, Gene had printed for Stub McFadden, one of the racers over at Bear Ridge. He used to be associated with Little Trees, I think. I know Gene did a lot of product for him back in the day, but still nothing like this kind of volume. One particular style, like if we go to a car show, we will bring more than 15,000 shirts, but they're all different colors. They're all different styles and things like that. This is just this one design only.
Right.
So again, we think that's a pretty big milestone for us at least.
Yeah.
So something fun.
Right.
So, and it's just a fun sector to be involved with, something a little different than cars
right
once in a while. So
yeah, and also too, our listeners can see we took a picture of this and we'll put it on our Facebook page and we'll
great
share. So
great, thank you.
Yeah. And so you did mention that you do a lot of business in the summertime. Is that primarily T-shirts?
It is primarily T-shirts, but we tend to do a lot of our customers come to us for higher end artwork. So we have a lot of artists that specialize in, believe it or not, like a lot of trucking companies and things like that they do high end renditions of their big rig and their tractor trailer and stuff like that. A lot of our work is in the automotive industry, higher end, a little bit more expensive artwork, full color designs. I mean, it's a lot easier to go online to Amazon or Etsy or something and have someone do 12 shirts for a family reunion. That's great, and we do that, but that's not really our specialty. Our specialty is the higher end,
right.
More elaborate, full color, separated artwork. So we do a lot, again, trucking companies, fundraisers, car shows, monster truck races, the state fair, all the fairs,
right.
a lot of the employee gear and the people showing their animals and all that. It's all coming from us.
Right.
So,
and you not just do T-shirts, because I know when you're on last month, you're also talking about that you embroider jackets, and there's a lot of other stuff that you do.
Anything that's a little bit higher end and a little bit more substantial weight-wise than a T-shirt, we tend to embroider. We screen print a lot of sweatshirts, But we also embroider a lot of sweatshirts as well. We can get Carhartt, we get North Face. We have some brands that our suppliers offer, just Port and Company or Gildan that offers great quality product. The embroidery just is a little bit of a dressier look, a little bit higher end, and it tends to last longer.
Right.
Our screen printed t-shirts, though, even washed, I don't wash stuff in cold and hang it out. I don't have time to do that. They will last forever. Right. The shirt itself will break down before the screen print does. So the shirt itself will start to unravel, or you know what I mean, things like that before the screen print ever would come off.
So what kind of projects are people placing orders now for this time of year, for the fall?
Back to school.
Back to school stuff?
Yep. So I guess a lot of the schools, and it's been a while since I've had a school-age student, a lot of the schools give the incoming class. So I think, wouldn't it right now be class of 2030?
Oh, wow.
Oh, doesn't that make it feel really old? Class of 2030 shirts. So they would be for the incoming freshmen. And it just always seems like there's a new play or school event, or getting, the students ready for their fall sports, things like that. So between that and wrapping up the summer with events, printing for other people's events as well as printing for our events, has been keeping us plenty busy.
So you guys hiring still right now?
We are still hiring. Regretfully, a couple of my better production employees are going back to college and going back to school in the fall. So we're hoping, with all the work from musicians like Kenny Wayne Shepherd and some of the other exciting things we have going on, that we stay super busy all winter long, and I need to keep a full staff.
Right.
So I would hire a couple more production people, and I am actively interviewing this week. My ad is out there on Indeed as well, for a front office.
Oh, to help out John.
To help out John in the front office, exactly. So right now, we did have someone leave. He had a pretty good commute to work, and he did find something closer to his home up north. So that was a little understandable that he left. But right now, regretfully, the shop is closing between 1 and 2 because John has to go to lunch. So I need another person there to help him out. So,
and so if someone has an idea for a custom shirt or hat, embroidery or promotional product, and if they're interested in joining the team, what's the best way to get in touch with Green Mountain Merchandise?
I would say shoot us an email at sales@greenmountainmonogram.com. We also, I think, are using sales@greenmountainmerchandise.com. Give us a call, 802-757-2553. Literally, all you got to do is give us an idea as to what you're looking for, and we'll guide you in the right place. We do, like, embroidery has no minimums. You could literally embroider 1 or 2 pieces. Screen printing, we do have some minimums. The screen printing process, there's a lot that goes into it. So we don't set up full, complicated 8-color jobs for 6 pieces. We do have some different minimums, but we'll walk you through all of it. We'll do your design work for you, help you pick your shirt colors and your ink colors and all that. So we try to make it as easy as possible.
Right. And I know here at WYKR, we utilize Green Mountain Merchandise all the time. And all of our shirts that we wear are from Green Mountain Merchandise.
Great.
Yeah.
And we appreciate it.
Yeah.
So.
Excellent. Any final comments, Julie?
No. The summer's been really busy for us. I do apologize if we had a little bit of a longer turnaround time. I think all that's behind us. Now, we're always the busiest around 4th of July.
Okay.
And, of course, that's when, especially this year being America's 250th, everyone wanted product by 4th of July. So we were scrambling pretty good. But all that's behind us. We'll be back on our normal 10-day to 2-week turnaround time now. I'm hoping to have another front office person to answer the phones more quickly and make sure we're not, closed the 1 hour a day that someone needs to pop in and see us for some reason. We're We're excited to continue to print for Kenny Wayne Shepherd. Couple of upcoming car shows.
Right.
One to mention, the weekend after Labor Day is a beautiful car show not too far from here called Adirondack Nationals. I do believe the registration, there's no space for show cars there. That sells out within hours. But it's a beautiful, beautiful town. It's a beautiful event to come out and see. Just has a total American Graffiti vibe. The cars cruising at night. They do celebrities. It's affordable to get in. It's beautiful right there on the lake. Plenty of restaurants and bars there. There's a lot to do, a lot of shopping. So we definitely recommend that event to anyone. And if you come out, pay the gate admission, support the club, come in, buy a T-shirt, see us, tell us that you're from Vermont, and say hello.
Excellent. All right. Thank you so much, Julie.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
And a good morning, 8:54. We'll be updating you on the weather forecast momentarily, but reminder, there's a few pieces of interest that you might want to check out in the current edition of the Bridge Weekly Showcase. You can read about it online or pick it up at your favorite newsstand. Updating weather is being brought to you by your friends at Dad's 4x Tool and Supply. Two locations taking care of all your needs are on Route 5 in St. Johnsbury. And right next to Wells River Chevrolet, it's Dad's 4x Tool and Supply.
I always wanted to be a left fielder. Elmo, the folks at Dad's 4x Tool and Supply say you're pretty far out in left field already. Why? That's the left fielder's name. I want you to tell me the name of the player in left field. Why? I want to be a left fielder. Why? Because he plays center field. You're driving me crazy. Don't let looking for tools, hardware, or propane gas drive you crazy. See Dad's 4x Tool and Supply with locations in St. Johnsbury and Wells River. And yes, Dad's got gas. I think I'll just think about being a pitcher.
From the Fairbanks Museum in St. Johnsbury, the forecast, any patches of fog burning off to partly to mostly sunny skies, a very warm and steamy day, 80s to near 90. Tonight, partly cloudy, then more clouds after midnight with a chance of showers. Muggy in the 60s, and tomorrow, continued warm and humid, a few morning showers, then breaks of sun, scattered afternoon showers or a thunderstorm in the 80s. I'm meteorologist Mark Breen for WYKR.
And updated look at the weather brought to you by Dad's 4x Tool and Supply in St. Johnsbury and downtown Wells River. At 8:55, we're sitting at 70 degrees.